What's up, everybody? Welcome to Week 18 for Packers versus Bears. I got a very quick active and inactive list for you as the game gets rolling. First of all, hello to you in the comments. Nice to see you here, everybody. For Week 18, most important thing that you need to know from the early slate of games is win, and they're in. That's always been true, but now the possibility of losing this game and sneaking their way in, it's gone. They have to win this game in order to make the playoffs. So big notable inactives for the Packers as kickoff is getting ready here. McDuffie, Watson, Watson out again. Jones, Cox Jr., and Dillon, and then Rudy Ford put on IR. So here we go. Kickoff for Anders Carlson. And it's floating into the end zone, actually going to be brought out by the Bears returner. And he grinds a little something, gets it up to about the 32-yard line.
Finds a little hole there.
Yeah, so hello, John Mark Lindell. Good to see you, or Liddell, I'm sorry. Good to see you here again. Chris Hand. What's up, Packer Nation? I finally get to see a Packers game on TV, and I'm going to be so loud. Let's go. And then REI, Ron Miner. Legacy game today for one of these quarterbacks. Yeah, I think the legacy is much more loves to be had to get into the playoffs, but yeah, I know for Fields, it's like if he beats Green Bay, he may stick around in Chicago. It's still just a regular season game for the Bears, even if it is their Super Bowl. And on the halfback toss, 24 for the Bears, he slips, so it's going to go down as about a 2-yard loss as Gary, amongst others, are there. Hello to you, David. Nice to see you again, David. All right, Scott's here too. Hi, buddy. Just coming in. Good to see you. Good to see you. 2nd and 12 for the Bears now. It's handy when you, bless you.
Excuse me, thank you.
Handy when you stop them for a yard loss when you give up a return to the 30.
Right.
2nd and 12 for Chicago. Justin Fields in shotgun. And he does take that snap, and he's looking over the middle, and he hits Cole Kmet, their big old tight end. I think that's Kmet anyway. Gets almost to the 1st-yard line.
It'll be a 3rd and 4 to Cole Kmet.
We'll take it. Yeah, DJ Moore, I see the telecast showing his stats. That's like 75% of the team's entire receiving production is DJ Moore.
Yeah, because
crazy.
Their second leading receiver is Cole Kmet.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
They have Moore and Kmet.
And then Mooney, who's actually out today. Yeah. Fields drops back in shotgun for 3rd and 4.
Lots of pressure
coming in. Wyatt gets a hand on him, but he sprints out of there. Campbell eventually making the stop about 2 yards after the first down for Chicago.
So close to getting them.
I mean, he had time. They got the pressure. Like, Wyatt's there. Clark was there. Wyatt got a hand on him, but his other hand was locked up. Fields, I mean, if you're going to bring down Fields, generally it's you're going to have to fully envelop him. You can't just stick out an arm and hope to bring him down. 1st and 10 for Chicago, now sitting at about the 42.5 of their own side of the field. He takes a snap. It's a quick handoff right at the middle, gain of about 4 now for the Chicago Bears. Ish. And there he is. There he is. Joe Barry. What's up, buddy? Yeah. Your job might already be determined, Joe. But, I mean, come on.
I don't think this game is going to be what does it.
No.
But, you can still prove, that.
Still fight for something.
Right.
Still get to the playoffs, yeah.
Right.
2nd and 6 now for Fields. He takes a snap. It's play action. He rolls out to his left, and is caught by DJ Moore. That's a 1st down. Valentine and Owens in coverage, but Moore was just open enough. They were both there and tight. Yeah.
Is everything plugged in right? Okay, look how those.
The cable's on. I want to see that. That's not cool. All right. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
What's everybody got going with the audio? Is it working?
No, that's horrible.
Really?
Can you unplug and replug or something?
Yeah. Better?
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. So, first and 10 for the Bears. There it is. LVN with the sack.
Okay.
Solved. Good.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know, Lick Hebbles.
Yeah, thank you. I literally unplugged and plugged back in. So, yeah. Thanks.
Call us information technology.
All right. LVN with the sack. Yeah, we can get back to this now. Got to see where we're at now. All right, so 2nd and 16 for the Bears now.
Right. He's sacked 131 times. And he's running.
Fields takes off. It's like 2 before he slips. Ooh.
This has been something that multiple teams have struggled with. They come to Lambeau, and then they slip all over our turf. Does their equipment department not just be like, hey, you're going to Lambeau, long spikes?
Well, I think from what I understand, a lot of players don't like the long spikes. They like the shorter spikes better. So sometimes, like, there's been issues in past years of players just not listening to their coach and trying to roll out the short spikes anyway. I think there's also teams that, you know, the grass in Lambeau is considered pretty immaculate, but it does get very slick. It's predominantly real glass. Fields dumped off the screen there. That's a big stop for Carl Brooks.
Good, another loss of yards.
And
Love to see it.
I think the thing with the grass is it may just be deceptively slippery. Like, even if you go out there for warm-ups, it's different when you really need to cut and plant and scramble. And so visiting teams aren't ready for that. Is
good.
Closest thing I can guess.
Good. 4th and 16. We are
Caro Santos on for the kick. A 50-yard attempt. 9 minutes to go in the first. Snap. Kick. Yeah, that's going to be in. So the Bears take a quick 3-0 lead.
Dink off the left.
Like Hebel's also saying, apparently the Packers changed the field slightly, but a lot of other teams crap on our field, especially younger guys. Older guys still have that love of the history. Yeah, it's something with the exact mix, like between, because it's always been kind of a hybrid, like real seeds mixed in with some false stems or artificial stems, I guess you can say. And they did something this year that changed the mix of the base. And I don't know the exact specifics. I'm certainly not a grass professional. But I mean, yeah, I think a lot of purists love it because it's one of the last kind of remaining bastions of more natural grass than anything else. But I can see why young guys who've been playing on turf probably since high school and in college, now to the pros, just they're not used to it. They don't love it. Commando G-Man, that was a fast 6 minutes off the clock. You ain't lying, Commando G-Man. So, quick 3-0 deficit now for the Packers to build back from. And the Bears on that drive didn't do anything especially impressive. And that's kind of been the thing with the Bears. If you go back and watch their last few games, over the last 3, they're averaging 27 points per game. And it's not because they're hitting 70-yard bomb after 70-yard bomb. It's not like they're the greatest show on fake turf. Like, they're efficient. They don't give up on drives. They continue to move the ball down the field, even if sometimes in a plodding manner with running the ball. So I would expect a lot of drives like that for the Bears today. Luckily, in some ways, that does philosophy that Green Bay likes to employ most of the time. So we'll see how it goes. But, you know, at least on that drive, they stopped them short of a touchdown at least.
Right.
Like I was saying, in the words of Madden, this is how football should be played. Bleachers, open top, local fans flocking in. There is something wonderfully pure about it, right? Taking it back to the roots. And Chris Hand saying, I'm honestly wondering if the kickers can make a doink field goal kick on purpose, and if it goes, if they deserve a bonus. Yeah, I feel like they try for that in the offseason a lot. And if they try for it in a game, there may be words on the sideline. But I feel like that's a thing. Like, I feel like every kicker's tried that at least once in off season. Let me just see if I can dink it. All right. Ooh, I had never seen that stat before. Last 7 games outscoring 34-0 in the first quarter. All right. Packers have got to buck that.
Yeah.
Ayahuasca data scientist saying that LVN sack was needed. Yeah, it's what really stopped the progress, right? Like, took it from what looked like a drive that was going to be 7 and made it 3 instead.
All right. Well, that would have been Keyshawn Nixon with the return, but it is a touchback, so we will start on the 25.
Woo! Jordan Love, there he is. 18 total touchdowns, weeks 11 through 17. Woo! What a man, what a man.
He's some Dontavian Wicks, some Jaden Reed, some Aaron Jones.
Very good to have both of them back, that's for
Yeah.
sure. All right, here we go. Love under center for first down. Wicks in motion. Love takes a snap, drops back to play action. And he hits Aaron Jones on the screen, who Aaron Jones himself slips a little bit. Gain of only about 3.
Come on, Aaron. This is our own field.
Let's see. Janelle's a play ahead. Hey, Janelle, good to see you.
Overachiever.
Sorry about that. Hopefully we catch up.
All right. 2nd and 6. Ooh, we got 2 tight ends, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers were not quiet about potentially using 12 personnel if Musgrave was back. So I just hope they don't lean too far into it and break out too many new things in a must-win game. All right, Love in shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, throws left.
Oh,
just out of the reach of Dontavian Wicks. Gonna set up 3rd and 6 now for the Packers on the quick out. I saw Brisker there. I don't know what corner was in coverage. It is true. Jalen Johnson, in spite of some murmurs from the Bears camp that he would give it a go, is indeed out for this game. So Kyler Gordon, who's normally more their slot guy, he may be seeing an increase in snaps. Tyreek Stevenson, who has played well, he's just no Jalen Johnson. They're going to be featured a lot more heavily, and I would expect to be targeted.
And takes the snap. Oh, my
Quick blitz across the middle, dump off to Aaron Jones. That's what safety valves are for. And that's a first down for the Green Bay Packers. Like I was saying, all right, here we go. All right, John linking that playoff script to Dallas, and we go confirmed. You heard it here, folks. Green Bay winning. Yeah, I'm good with that. Like Hebbles, if I had that script in hand, I'd be a significantly wealthier man than what you see. But I'll give you little tidbits what I know.
All right, Love under center. Hands it off to Aaron Jones, who does not have any lane to go.
Not even a little.
Gets a yard. 2nd and 9.
Tries running up the right side, but Edmonds brings him down. And that's that. 2nd and 9, 7:13 to go in the first. And the Bears are the number 1 run defense in football. It's not shocking that I think the Packers do have to stay committed to the run, but I think I don't think it's surprising that the Packers may have a lot of carries like that today.
Ooh,
Love airing it out, and that's complete. Who's that? Dontavian Wicks with the catch. That's a big first down for Green Bay.
Woo-woo.
Hey, Joe, how you doing? Joe says, I'm at Cheesehead Brewing in Beloit. Had to stop in and say hi, but won't be able to stay. Well, we do appreciate you stopping in, Joe. Enjoy the game at Cheesehead Brewing. Sounds like a fun place. All right. Chris Hand saying, when Jordan Love completes most of his passes is off PA. You think so? He does a lot of PA.
Handoff to
Aaron Jones, who
keeps
finds
going.
some room. That's a first down and about a 15-yard carry. I wouldn't say most. He is very successful off of the play action. How frequently they've called it has kind of gone up and down throughout the season. In the very beginning of the year, they were calling it a bunch. Then in the midpoint of the year, when things got real stagnant, they actually did kind of go off.
Tucker Craft, look at you blocking.
Tuck.
You doing such a good job.
That's a big first down for Aaron Jones. All right. Packers now up to the 30-yard line. Jaden Reed in motion, going from right to left, back to right. Love takes a snap, throws it right over the middle, and that's complete to Bo Melton. There we go. Nice little gain for Bo. Melton sets up 2nd and 2.
Got a lot of love for Bo.
But yeah, to finish answering Chris, they have returned to more play action, and the Packers do have a tendency to maybe be above average in that category, but not necessarily top of NFL week in and week out. But yeah, play action is certainly a part of the LaFleurian scheme.
All right, under center again is RJ Love. We got Jones in the backfield. Handoff to Jones, who squeaks in for a first down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then he's got to brush himself off. Naturally, 3-yard carry for the first down. 3 carries, 19 yards thus far for Aaron Jones. Is that Yashin for Tom? Okay, I see a couple of people talking about it now. Mick, Dan, that's what I thought I might have seen on the last play. We're going to have to see. Anyone have any details out there? Tom go down with injury or anything? Because, yeah, okay, that's definitely 73 there. I have a feeling it's not performance related for taking out Zach Tom, so let me know what you find out there.
All right, there goes Aaron Jones again, who's fighting. Gained of, I'm going to put it at 4.
Yeah, mid-game there. 5. 5, technically speaking. 2nd and 5 now for the Packers.
I like it. Oh,
as Nyman goes running off. Well, thanks for your contributions, Yash. Zach's back.
Needed a pee.
Well, and now Tom back after. Okay.
What?
There's no way they're just running a pure on rotation with Zach Tom. All right. Those of you who are actively on Twitter right now, let me know what you're finding.
Love is sitting there. Oh.
Love into the end zone.
Nope.
Incomplete is the ruling on the field, but boy, it looks like Dobbs' stride. Love lofting that up into the end zone for Dobbs, but Dobbs was well covered. I don't know if he actually came down with that. Let's see it again. Oh, loses it on the ground as he was pushed down by Stevenson.
Yeah, he couldn't tuck it because he had a defender right on his chest.
Yeah. Oh, nearly one heck of a hands catch. Whew.
3rd and 5 for the Green Bay Packers.
And Ben Sims came running up there like it was a touchdown. Yeah. He was downright celebrating before he realized, oops. All right, Love takes the snap on 3rd and 5. Pressure coming in.
And that's a sack.
Yeah. Down he goes. Pressure came in from the left-hand side and brings him down.
Nowhere to even run out of that. There's not a single lane.
Yeah, it collapsed on him. The pocket did.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's that. All right. So Anders Carlson going to be coming out, I would think. Yep, there he is for the longer field goal attempt. 4th and 14 officially for Green Bay. Mm-hmm. Under 3 now to go in the first.
I don't like what Kip was saying.
Well, it could just be in regards to the sack.
I hope so.
41-yard attempt for Carlson.
Oh, no. Carlson.
Buddy. What happened, Carlson? He just pulled it.
Shank to the left.
Kind of. Oh, boy. Okay.
Not the started that we want,
That's not good at all.
Nope.
All right, so still 3-0 Bears, but yeah, woof. Packers drive actually shockingly similar to the Bears drive. Just a lot of working the way down the field, and then a sack puts a stop on things. Right? Difference thus far as the Bears made their field goal, and then the Packers didn't make their field goal, even though the Packers' field goal attempt was 9 yards closer.
Yeah.
Buddy. Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Janelle saying not so special teams. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. The Cubs, Carlson is not going anywhere, but he's not locked in for sure after next year. Yeah, and I'm also inclined to believe that he just is the kicker next year. But 2 years of inconsistency, and then I do think you've got to change something, or at least bring in competition. But like you say, I do think he's secure next year. The Packers head coaches, quarterbacks, kickers, when you get one of those jobs, you're in for probably a decade. It is the way that they have operated forever. Those 3 jobs are long-term jobs. And that's why Carlson, I'm pretty confident is sticking around, but holy wolf, not a good time for that. That's for sure.
Which he was doing great.
Yeah. No, I mean, he started out the year incredibly well.
Mm-hmm.
And then even when the offense kind of fell apart, he continued to do well.
Yeah.
It's like once the offense got good, then all of his consistency problems came back.
Well, of course.
And that's not the way it's supposed to work.
You can't just have everything click.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
All right. So, yeah, not securing the pass and shanking the field goal from Ariane Ronmeyer. Yeah. That's the drive killer right there. That and the pocket collapsing from the left side.
Yeah.
And a promising drive ends very, very quickly. But you hit it right on. Like Hebbles, the J.K. Scott, if kickers feast or fart. J.K. Scott. Yeah, I know. Bringing me back to Scott. All right, Justin Fields now dropping back to pass. The pass is bobbled but caught. Should be a gain of about 13 on the left sideline for a first down to the wide receiver, Scott. Chris Hand, I think we kind of knew this was coming from Melton, but I'm more than happy to be the first in the midnight hour, she cried. Bo, bo, bo. Oh, my God. Steve, hi, John and Claudia and everyone. Sorry I'm late. Please don't fire me for me. All right, you're
okay.
secure here, Steve.
We'll take it.
But, thanks for joining us. All right, Bears up 3-0, 2:05 to go here in the first. Justin Fields in shotgun. DJ Moore in motion from right to left. Fields dropping back. Quick completion to DJ Moore. And Valentine brings him down.
At least 5 yards off your man.
Yeah, that again was your classic Packer D-back way the freak off.
They target 2 guys. 2 of them.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you're not wrong. Not good.
Nope.
Not good.
Turn around. 2 receptions for 20 yards.
Yep, each one right around 10 yards for pure first down. First and 10 now for Fields, and he takes a snap and he hands it off to, I believe that's Rashawn Johnson, who's making his way through an arm tackle, and that's going to be a gain of about 7 on the ground for the Bears.
He just slipped right through.
You know, for the Packers needing to be like uber intense, win and in type game, and for the Bears, this being their Super Bowl, I'm not seeing a ton of like intensity from either team.
Yeah, from either teams, really. They're both kind of just
kind of here. Like
we're just doing it.
I'm not getting big vibes from either team. 2nd and 2 now for Chicago. About 40 seconds to go in the first. Chicago on Green Bay side of the field at the 38. And that's play action. Fields tries to find somewhere, but he's wrapped up. Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith, amongst others, bringing him down.
I like to say it.
We'll take it.
That's the pressure that you need when they have 2 yards. That stuff.
Well, and I mean, like it's play action to Rashawn Johnson, and then Gary, while he's being blocked down, like he was falling down, reached out an arm and at least got on him, and then Preston did what the criminal did in that court case, if you've seen it, where the guy just kind of yeeted himself at the judge. That was Preston on the sack. Just went and got him.
All right, so we have a 3rd and 6, and look at where they are.
3rd and 6, and they're on the 42.
Jesus Christ.
End of the first quarter. My goodness. We're flying. End of the first quarter. Bears up 3-0.
But hey, that's the Bears quarter. It's the first quarter.
I mean, that's true. Outscoring opponents 34-0 in the first quarter over the last 7
They have
games.
Continued to hold us to nothing like they did with every other team.
That's fine. That's fine.
Because we only let them get 3. And
That's
now
fine.
Their quarter's done.
We got them right where we want them.
Exactly.
Yep.
They're done now because,
I'm right where we want them. I understand.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I was saying, my partner picked me up thinking their outfit looked cute. Opened the door, decked out as Winnie the Pooh. Oh, are they playing the Bears today? Oh my God. You were supposed to boo the Bears, not join them, bring balance to my life, not leave it in darkness. I mean, at least they're not wearing the Bears colors.
Right?
I guess.
I mean, Winnie the Pooh's cute. There's yellow for
Yeah.
bears, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Chris Hand saying, one thing I noticed too is our defense in the back is doing a lot of communication. Good to see they try to have one mindset. And that's, like during the ultimate defensive failings of the DeVito Bryce Young run, that got put kind of in the spotlight because LaFleur and Joe Barry both talked quite a bit about how it's not necessarily the scheme. It's the fact that the players aren't communicating out there, or there's communication lapses between Barry and the players on the field, specifically the green dot guy. So that is good to see. Certainly, I'm not diminishing their efforts there. And if they're actually doing it correctly this time around,
Right.
good. It still is just so soul defeating when you see the opposition lined up 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, and we're 9 yards off, because then the math don't math. And that's scheme. Like that's how the players are using the scheme, and that's bad. But yeah, to your point, no, good. Like it's good to see perhaps the communication has improved.
Crazy. They're showing week 1 Green Bay against Chicago, and it's just so crazy how different of a team we have.
It's it's been a long 18 weeks.
Right? Like it is.
All right, 3rd and 6. Justin Fields drops back. Here comes pressure. Devontae Wyatt all by himself. Wyatt has gotten so many pressures this year. I think he's still top 10 in interior defensive line pressures. But the man just doesn't ever finish any of them. But good to see here. Like he gets the pressure and the finish.
Oh, he just
nice. I mean, he just
annihilated.
Nice. Yeah, Devontae Wyatt with a huge sack.
And we have Jaden Reed on the return, baby.
All right. 4th and 14 for the Bears.
Come on.
Snap, kick.
Come on, Jaden.
And Jaden Reed fair catches that at about the 9-yard line. And he made sure to call the fair catch plenty early this time
No
around.
chance for any late call miscommunication.
Yeah. Mick saying Wyatt was through a double block. Yeah.
Determined.
And that's the thing. Like Wyatt, on the whole, Wyatt does have a fair amount of work to do in the run game. I think that's one area that he still needs some development in as a second-year defensive lineman. Where he is very good is block shedding and overall pass rush. He's very explosive, very good in that regard. It's just the thing that fails there is he gets so much activity, or so many times a pressure is logged and Wyatt winds up running right past the quarterback. Which, still counts as a pressure. It's just how much did he really impact the play when he goes screaming past and not really affecting what the quarterback is doing. So in order for Wyatt to take that next developmental step, because that was against the double block. He is progressing. His moves are progressing. He's always had the explosion. It's really just a matter of utilizing that explosion in a way that actually impacts the quarterback and occasionally brings them down, like we just saw on that play. That was exactly what we want to see from Devontae Wyatt moving forward. And Peter, Hello, bonjour, Peter.
Hi,
Hi,
Peter.
John and Claudia. Wyatt is slowly but surely playing again like he used to at Georgia. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly it. And for defensive linemen, because you always hear the adage of like, well, the more they play, the more the game slows down in the NFL. I know some people talk about how the trenches are so absurdly faster in the NFL than they are collegiately, but your job responsibilities aren't necessarily that different. It's not like they've got this, it's not like the learning curve for linemen is like it is for guys who are learning entirely new philosophies of how offenses work, but yeah, I mean, ultimately that's what we need from Wyatt, both of those things, and he's starting to show it, or hopefully he can consistently show it, we should say.
Oh.
Davis now walking off for the Bears. I believe that's one of their offensive linemen.
All right, 1st and 10.
All right, Jordan Love in shotgun. They've got the ball at about the 8-yard line following the punt and fair catch. Now we've got Malik Heath in motion. Love takes the snap, and he hands it off to Aaron Jones. Gain of about 4 on the ground. Just moves him up a little bit. Just a little bit. What is this graphic?
What is going on?
Wow. I can't even be mad. That one was awesome. If you're not watching the game, like the telecast just showed a graphic of a cartoon Packer player running into the wall instead of doing a Lambeau leap. And then it showed their offensive stats earlier in the year. And then someone successfully doing a Lambeau leap and their big stats. There we go. Love to Reed.
Who keeps going.
Almost to midfield. Reed to about the 44. He was wide open.
Picking up some grass and his helmet.
Yeah, Kraft's got to pick that out. But Love just drops back. And
that was beautiful.
Yeah, looks actually, from what I could tell from that angle, looked like the Bears were in man coverage. And maybe there was supposed to be a switch occur or something, but Reed was wide open.
I know Reed started out in motion before the snap, so I don't know if that...
Maybe someone just didn't pick him up then. Hey, we'll take it. 1st and 10.
Wicks in motion.
And it is a quick pass to Wicks on the nice little kind of bubble screen-ish gain of about 8 to Dontavian Wicks, setting up 2nd and 2 right around midfield for the Packers. Steve, I see your last comment here. They brought Grant Dubose up from the practice squad. I hope we get to see him. They did elevate Grant Dubose, and then they made him inactive today. He's a healthy scratch. I think they elevated him in case Wicks or Reed couldn't go, but then both of them wound up going. So then they
Bow in motion.
Made him inactive. So we will not see
under
Dubose.
Center. Bow in motion again.
Oh, that's
off to Bow.
That's an end around to Bow, who does just enough before being brought down by number 49 of the Bears. That's a 1st down run.
Little
for Bo Mountain. Mm-hmm. I mean, like in college, Bo ran like a 4.3, 4.40. Dude's little and fast. And that's a good usage for him. Not 14 times a game in case LaFleur gets any ideas. But, that's a nice little wrinkle.
Little update from the Kebbles says Dobbs is out with the chest. Bow time.
Okay.
That sucks about Dobbs.
And that inevitably happened on the falling touchdown attempt, I would assume.
Yeah. All right. Ooh!
Love with play action, and he dumps that off to Malik Heath after Heath makes a block. Definitely the safety valve option there is Heath gains 1.5, maybe 2 to set up 2nd and 8-ish now for Green Bay.
2nd and 8. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, Steve, no problem. Yeah, Steve, just to catch you up, the really surprise inactive today was Christian Watson. And then, of course, them putting down Dubose after elevating him.
Sorry.
Sorry, buddy. All right, 2nd and 8 now, handing it off to Aaron Jones, who tries to find some room, gains about 3 to set up 3rd and mid now for the Packers. Aaron Jones just trying to find a little bit of room there through the line to run, but not a lot there.
We are running. Hurry up. Let's go.
We're going no huddle.
Oh.
We were going to go no huddle until the Bears and Matt Eberflus said, and called the timeout. So that's that. No huddle for the Packers. 10:14 now to go in the half as the clock is now stopped.
Got me really excited.
Well,
but the Bears said, "Oh heck no!
I mean,
not ready for this."
Like my guess is that the Packers are going to hurry up and go no huddle there because they saw something they really wanted to execute against, and Eberflus, who is a very good defensive mind, obviously saw what they saw and said, "No, no,
absolutely not.
We're gonna take our time. We're gonna reset here."
Whatever you just saw, I don't want it.
Yeah, right.
It's bad for me.
Exactly. If you're hurrying up, something is amiss.
Right. Something's wrong.
All right, 3rd and 5 is the official marking now. Wasn't it just 3rd and 6?
I thought it was.
Thanks, refs. 3rd and 5 now, 10:14 to go in the half. Love in shotgun. Jaden Reed in motion. Come on. Love takes the snap, drops back. Good protection. Ooh! Finds Bo, who made the catch over his head. Bo, buddy. Woo, love Bo.
I love Bo.
I mean, Love whipped that to Bo. Gain of about 15. Yeah, over his head.
And he got hit and held on to that beautifully.
Yeah, Bo even did bobble it right initially at the catch point.
He
but
got it. He secured it.
He retained it. Now 1st and 10 for
you
Green
love
Bay.
Good ball security.
Up to the 31. Love in shotgun. Takes a snap, hands it off to Aaron Jones, who finds something up right. That's a 1st down run for Aaron Jones. Gain of about 11 and a half. Gives the Packers a 1st down.
Rush it off.
That's right.
Rush it off. 42 yards so far.
Oh, yeah.
Jones.
Look at that hole on the right side.
Just weaves.
Tucker Craft and Company creating a parting of the seas type gap over there for Jones to run through. That was nice. Did anybody find out, by the way, what's going on with Zach Tom? They're not doing an actual rotation, right? Tom just needed to get something taped or something. Anybody see that? Let me know. All right, so now we got Love completing it to somebody on 1st and 10. Woo! Oh, that's Malik Heath. Oh! Malik Heath gets his helmet kind of like punched off, not really punched, but chipped off by a Bears defender. Aaron Jones steps right in and says, nay, nay, and now we got a bunch of talking. I don't think
Jones laid hands on anybody, though.
So Heath gets his helmet kind of chipped off there. And
then, Jones just kind of goes, hey.
Yeah, and then Jones got somebody put their hand on like Jones's face mask.
Yeah, but nothing called.
All right. Jones with the leadership. All right, Love in shotgun takes a snap, handing it off to Aaron Jones again, who is fighting. Gain of 9 on the carry. No, gain of about 6 on the carry. I'm sorry. Sets up 3rd and 1 approximately for Green Bay.
Look at that red zone.
Oh, all right. So now we got, okay. Now following that carry by Jones, a couple of the Bears defenders and Jones all tapped each other helmets, said, I'm sorry. Let's keep our cool, guys. Sets up 3rd and very, very short now for the Green Bay Packers as Dobbs is on the exercise bike.
Oh, and Bo.
Bo. And
Bo's getting a little.
The Packers went to fight today. 3rd and 1.
With Bears.
Love under shotgun.
Bears started all.
What are we doing? Timeout, Green Bay. So what's going to be 3rd and 1? All right, let's catch up on some comments. Yep, fight. Chris Hand saying, I've always been a fan of the jet sweep, fake run, play action passes. I mean, this drive shows how off balance on defense works. Yeah. And you definitely left that during the Packers drive here, I think, Brian.
Somebody was in a wrong position, I think. That's why they called the timeout.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, and see, like, do you like that kind of stuff? I like pacing. Like, I want to see the offense go. I want to see them move, which is why no huddle is always very exciting. But it, like, that stuff is designed to work that way. I think it's just when you go too far, right? Like, there was that one week that LaFleur called jet sweep after jet sweep after jet sweep, and
All right.
That stuff loses the purpose of keeping them off balance.
Love
We know exactly
under
what you're
center,
doing.
Jones in the back.
And it's play action. Love continuing to drop back. He's looking for somebody. Throws it towards the end zone.
Is that caught?
Did he hang on? Wicks has got it in the end zone. Oh, that's a touchdown! Touchdown for Green Bay.
Woo woo! Lambeau Field, baby.
Wicks held on to that thing.
That was quite a catch. That was definitely a great catch and cover.
Well, and I mean, Love loves the types of throws that he just kind of drops in a bucket.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he had all the time in the world. He was still kind of fading backwards, but
all right, Carlson.
Those throws that he drops into the end zone.
For the extra point, my man. And it is good.
Boy, Carlson.
Thank you, Carlson.
And that makes the score 7-3 with 7:20 to go in the first half. Jordan, just throw a ball normally for once in your life.
Nah, that's not fun.
Did you see how he threw that?
No. So updating this.
He was fading backwards. He took his left leg and just straight up like kicked it, almost like dancer style kick. And then his right foot was like kind of hopping. Like, Jordan, just throw the ball.
Plant your dang feet. But it works. Can't be mad when it works. We'll save it for when it doesn't.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We got like Keppel saying Melton wants to smoke. Chris saying, please, Bo, don't swing. Please, Bo, don't swing. No kidding.
Yeah, better to take a punch today than deliver a punch.
Yes, please. Like Keppel saying, most I've seen the O-line move people all year. Feed Jones from Herman. That's right.
Mixed up. And I mean, that's like even the parting of the Red Seas run that I referred to earlier for Jones. There's been a few of those. The offensive line is creating gaps for Jones today, which is remarkably impressive against this Bears front. And then we've also got Love to Wicks equals Rodgers to Devontae, and it's only season one. That is a bold statement, my friend.
I would love that.
I think I'm more comfortable rather than singling out, because keep in mind, Rodgers to Devontae also became like, I'm only going to look at Devontae.
Yes.
I don't know. It's, of course, they're not there yet, but the collective, the arsenal of receivers for the Packers right now does have shades of like 2011 and that iconic like Super Bowl cover where Rodgers was surrounded by all the different weaponry he had. Of course, they're not there yet, but you kind of see the same thing. Each one's got their definitive role, each one that they do something different, and yet as a cohesive collective, it's really, really impressive. So we'll take it for sure. If Wicks is one small part of that, Chris Ann saying Carlson can now feel better. The Packers won't get him at halftime. Hey, born for that miss, they'd have the lead.
That's true.
All right, and then Steve saying Wicks and Reed and Heath are amazing. And then Mike Tyson, let's go, Packer Nation. All right, here we go.
Dan saying, has anyone spotted Musgrave or has it been all Kraft? From what I've seen, I've only seen much action from Kraft. That is quite the return. Made it to the 35, I think.
Oh, so I didn't see the exact yard line.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan, haven't seen Musgrave really out a lot. It's possible that we may see some wrinkles with him, but like I'm pretty confident he wasn't going to just walk into his feature role again. So maybe,
especially with his level of injury,
maybe he's just reserved for wrinkles today instead. All right, 1st and 10 now. Bears under center. Fields hands it off to Khalil Herbert, who does get forward for about 7 yards. Gets the ball up to about the 41 now for the Bears as they get closer to midfield. Oh, come on now. Like, Cabos, why are you bringing in bad news? Dobbs jogging out into lockers with medical. Also, one of the pros of having a young QB and wide receivers, everyone thinks a bad play is their fault, so they instead become frustrated and they study. Yeah, for sure. Don't like the Dobbs news, though. And now Tom is going to the locker room as well. Don't like any of that, actually.
All right, we got pressure.
Fields with play action on 2nd and 3. He's running.
Evaded the pressure.
And he gets rid of it to a wide receiver who is flailing. And coverage by Carrington Valentine, incomplete. 3rd and 3.
That was
now
meant
for the Bears.
to go to Scott.
And I really, really like Quay Walker as a blitzer.
Yes.
They do not do it enough. And look at that. That's why. And that's what he excelled at collegiately, too. Like, Quay Walker is at his worst when you ask him to read and decipher and all that kind of. He's at his best when you say to him, go get him.
3rd and 3 for the Bears.
And I really like how they use him as a blitzer over the last 2 weeks. They just need to keep it going.
Come on, stop the run.
Carry here for Rashawn Johnson advances awfully close to the 1st-yard line. So it was 3rd and 3 for the Bears. We're going to see.
I'm not quite sure. It looks like they're calling it short.
Indeed, it does look that way. 6:12 to go in the half. This game feels like it's flying.
They did not get the first down, which is going to make it 4th and 1. Very, very small one.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Bring in the big boys.
Yep, line them up.
As the Bears are in shotgun. Look at it. It's 4th and 1. Look at where the D-backs are. Oh, Jair kind of ruined it at the end there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
I have no idea where Fields going. Oh, but there's the ball.
I don't think they got it. I think they're going to call it short.
I think they are.
I really hope it's short.
Come on. I mean, okay, so first of all, what is that Packer defensive line right there? Like, Fields, certainly with Fields, some kind of QB sneak quarterback draw is very possible at the very least, right? First down, Bears. Preston Smith disagrees.
Right? He's right behind the chains going, nope. That's unfortunate.
Very much so. Yeah, all right. Okay, so first down now for the Bears. Don't like that at all.
Nope.
Bears now moving into pistol formation. Just really a baffling kind of defensive line formation on that 4th down for the Packers. We'll see if we can return to that later if they show another replay. Carry for the Bears on kind of a halfback pitch.
Okay.
Gains about 3.
I love our defense. They're ripping at that ball.
As they should be today. But what we had was Slayton kind of at like a true nose tackle position, and then 2 guys pinching in from the sides, and it's like they all pinched in as opposed to just line up and go straight. Curious to say the least on a 4th and 1. They almost got the stop.
2nd and 6. Fields under center. Got some motion. Hand off to the running back, who is stopped. Gain of 2. Making it 3rd down and 4.
This is the Bears offense right here in a nutshell.
All right, all we got to do, stop 4 yards.
Plot on down their way down the field.
Come on, stop 4 yards. We can do it.
3rd and 4.
We can do it.
You know, that could be part of the reason the game goes so fast, too, is like the Bears just constantly plodding their way down the field. You know, every single play takes its time. It's always in bounds. 3rd and 4 now. Fields empty set in shotgun. Takes the snap. Kenny Clark getting there, but DJ Moore is wide open.
And went as far as he wanted.
DJ Moore, what basically looked like a simple crosser or slant,
Yeah.
was wide open, takes it all the way up to about the Green Bay 15.
Quay got absolutely
So there's more.
burned.
So Alexander's in coverage first, but then Alexander passes him off to Quay. Quay realized it way too late. And why is Quay covering DJ Moore on a crosser? Like, DJ Moore's way faster than Quay. I just don't like that at all. That was poorly planned for, poorly executed, bad everything. And the Bears officially have the ball in the 18.
Ooh. There we go. Good loss of yards there. Okay.
First down play was a handoff to, I didn't see if it was Herbert or Johnson, but Herbert. Okay, so that is about a 2-yard loss. Run stop by, I'm assuming, Enigbari.
All right.
As the Giants are beating Philly. Oh, boy. Philly, what you doing?
Philly's having a rough go of it.
And just a score update, San Francisco is beating the Rams. If the Packers win this game and the Niners win, they'll be the 6th seed. So Niners beating the Rams right now.
Right. Pass to, I believe that's Komet. Bringing it 3rd down. I don't know what we're going to be at here.
Yeah, game
3rd
about
and 6.
Yeah, 3rd and 6. So a mid-game there through to the dead middle of the field.
Yep.
So 3rd and 6, Bears moving it up.
Come on.
They're in shotgun, 2:10 to go in the half. Are they going to get this off for a 2-minute warning? Do they even want to get this off for a 2-minute warning?
Doesn't look like it.
They're just chilling. Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
There's the 2-minute warning.
What was the point of that exactly? All right, so that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Eberflus, what you got your flag out for? Put that back.
Challenge, it wasn't a 2-minute warning.
7-3 Packers, but Bears, oh, they're threatening. All right, 2-minute warning. I just sat down. Let me at least enjoy it. I want Dallas. I want no part of Detroit. Give me home field in Texas from Lake Hebbles. Yeah. I mean, yes and no. I mean, okay, 2 things. One, they did beat Detroit once already this year, right? I'm not sure. Like, I know Green Bay is undefeated in Dallas' stadium and everything, but Dallas this year especially is significantly better at home than they are on the road. And that would be quite worrisome. And Detroit, frankly, like, you hate to win because of injury, but Detroit did just get a lot easier to match up against defense versus offense, if indeed Sam Laporta does have to miss a lot of time, which certainly, given the fact that he was carted off today, it does look like that's going to be the case. So that matchup did just get a lot easier from a schematic standpoint. So that is something to keep in mind going against Detroit. Janelle saying Seattle game doesn't even matter now since both Tampa and New Orleans won. Yep, that's true. That is like completely irrelevant to the Packers' needs now. There's only 2 things that matter. This game, win and in. Lose, out. There's no other combination that can possibly occur for the Packers to make the playoffs. Win, in, lose, out. The only other game of consequence is indeed Niners-Rams. Niners win and the Packers win, they become the 6th seed. If the Packers win and the Rams win, then the Packers are the 7th seed. So, yeah, you're spot on there, Janelle. Chris saying, when John said Eagles, what are you doing? I thought of Rocky screaming, I'm afraid, all right, for the first time. I'm afraid. Chris, thank you for bringing that in, Chris. That's not where I was going with it, but yeah, as the Eagles are just free falling right now in the standings of the NFC, they're falling apart. Like Hebel saying on the big Moore play, J.A. dropped off of Moore when he wasn't meant to. And I know about matchups. I just really want Dallas, and the Lions are always paying. Yep, that's fair. Even when we win, Dallas can't run. Also true. And yeah, like I was kind of assuming. There we go. Fields dropping back in. Shotgun pressure. Gets home. That's another sack. Another 3rd down sack. Kenny Clark and company combining another Green Bay sack. on Justin Fields.
She'll bring 4th down,
My
baby.
goodness. Kenny Clark was on one side, Carl Brooks the other.
Gosh.
Yeah,
He
was
just
impressive.
Woo.
And yeah, on that big play to Moore, like it was obvious Jair was at first on Moore. I thought maybe it was a switch or something like that, but yeah, maybe he did just let up too early. And then Santos with the kick, that's good. So that cuts the deficit to 7-6. Minute 17 to go in the half. My goodness, this game, it's chippy. It's plotting. It's chippy. It's moving very quickly.
Yes, that is true.
But
which if we keep the lead, it can move as quickly as it wants.
Yeah, that's fair for sure. Steve saying, I just got an awesome Jaden Reed rookie card. Hey, there you go, Steve. Congrats on the acquisition. And was it does he have his full signature on it, or is it one of the JRD
that they might put upside down?
Because his, that's true. Yeah, if it's an auto card, if it's just a regular card, still. But that's a good one to hang on to, I do believe, Steve. I think he's got a pretty bright future. And then Anthony saying, "What a fam here at work, just stopping by to leave a like. Hey, there we go. And say hi. Go back. Go get into the dance. There we go. I see it all now. Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by, Anthony. Thanks for the like. Always appreciate when you stop in. Go Pack, go. Sack number 4. Yep. Peter saying Chicago's kicker looks like Tom Grossi. Maybe.
Grossi have a doppelganger?
I'll have to look. Maybe Grossi's got a second career.
Right.
And then Lake Hebbles, both tight ends have the chance to break the record and then catch each other's new ones in one game. So we may see a record be broken like 4 times if the tight ends get involved. That would be
really cool.
Yes, actually. So the Green Bay Packers rookie tight end receiving record is 363 yards on the years. Of course, if Kraft or Musgrave get to 364, they are the record holders. In terms of the exact numbers coming into this game, Musgrave needed 23 yards to break the record. Kraft needed 40. So like you said, we could see if they both get over those numbers, we could see a bit of a tit for tat in terms of record breaking. And then also Musgrave just needs 2 catches to break the rookie tight end receiving record, which considering the dude was put on IR for 4 games is very, very impressive. So, well, and we'll see if Musgrave gets on the field enough to really do that. I'm thinking he'll at least be on for enough for that. But we'll find out. We haven't seen him much thus far. Lake Hebbles, Clark now has 7.5 sacks. Mr. Winter is here. You know, you say Mr. Winter, and I just automatically think of like what a shame it is that A.J. Dillon isn't going in this game because he's the offensive version of Mr. Winter.
Yeah.
That's but yeah, Kenny, career high, I believe, 7.5 sacks. I think already 6.5 is career high. So you go get Kenny. And I wouldn't be shocked if we see a contract extension for Kenny this offseason. But we will talk about that at a different time. Bears kickoff now comes in. Minute 17 to go in the half. That's going to be a touchback for the Packers. 55 more yards. 55 of them. That's it. It's all J. Love needs to get up to 4,000 for his first season. Not too bad. Not too bad. Solar Miner saying, let's get 2 scores. I mean,
yes,
it would if there's ever a game to double up, this is the one. Let's end this. Minute 17 to go officially now as Packers take over on the 25. Empty set around Love. 5 receivers. Takes the snap and he throws it.
He keeps going.
Up to midfield.
Woo!
All right, minute 5. Clock is ticking. Chicago's got 2 timeouts. Green Bay has 2 timeouts. Love getting everyone adjusted at the line. Looks like Green Bay is truly going to do no huddle here.
Ref, what are you doing?
As we're under a minute, you had to shimmy it back a half yard.
Well, first you had to shimmy it towards him and then
I didn't
back.
see that part.
Oh, yeah.
Love now throwing to Aaron Jones, who picks up another first down. Gain of about 13. Green Bay starting to cook.
Keep going.
Whoa, but the clock is stopped now at 46 seconds. Who took a timeout? Who did a thing?
Chicago. Oh,
Green
Bay.
Yeah. 46 seconds to go in the half. Green Bay with 1 timeout remaining. So they're kind of allowing themselves a little break glass in case of emergency timeout. But they're getting real close to scoring range now.
I like it.
Like Hubble saying, this defense with Clark playing well is not even the same sport as when it isn't. It's unreal. Yeah, the defense on the whole, like we've seen it, almost every strong performance of the defense this year, one of the takeaways has been, holy crap, the front played well. And then the games where they kind of fall apart are the games where the front didn't do a whole lot production-wise. Kenny Clark's a huge cog of that. Rashawn Gary is obviously a huge cog in that. When the Packers front plays otherworldly, this defense looks great. And that's kind of what saved Joe Barry last year, was the front coming on at the end of the year, putting together some really strong performances against rough quarterbacks the end of last year, but still, they did. And that's also what it was against Frisco a couple years ago in the playoffs. It's the defense works when the front plays otherworldly well. If the front doesn't carry the load, it doesn't go well. And we've seen that again and again and again this year. So Kenny Clark playing especially well over the last 2-3 weeks. And not a coinkydink that things are starting to go better.
Coinkydink.
And then Chris saying, the Bow Show.
I like it.
Absolutely.
Happy to be in attendance.
So they have it 7-3 Packers. I mean, they do stand a really good chance to double up. Chicago got the ball first. So now we figured they might just chip in a little something here. 46 seconds to go. And then the second half, this could be a drastically different game in just 5-6 minutes game time from now. Peter saying Jordan Love just needs a couple of yards to surpass Aaron Rodgers' 3,045 pass yards in 2008. Yeah, it's difficult to sum up and to eloquently say the season that Jordan Love has had as a first-year starter. It's remarkably impressive. And it grows to be even more impressive when you consider what he's been doing around him. The constant injuries this year, the lack of running game, the rookies. Incredibly impressive human being is Jordan Love.
46 seconds left in the half.
All right, so shotgun, and he drops back, and he hits. That's Tucker Kraft, the big tight end. Kraft
pushing through a bit.
Yeah, Kraft gains 9, but he does not get out of bounds. He opted to get 3 more yards instead of getting out of bounds. So 31 seconds now to go in the half. Love in shotgun again. Packers going no huddle. Come on.
2nd and 2.
Take that snap. Here we go. 2nd and 2. Love searching for somebody.
Oh,
and he overthrows Melton, who's been kind of just pushed out of bounds. Set up 3rd and 2 for Green Bay. 22 seconds officially to go in the half. I mean, we'll take the 9 yards, right? But you have to wonder, in this scenario, was Kraft turning back infield to get 2 additional yards, 3 additional yards?
Was it worth it?
Was it really worth it versus stopping the clock? I think youth won on that one. 3rd and 2. But hey, at least it didn't hurdle anybody.
That's true. That is true.
And Packers do still have that one timeout in their back pocket.
3rd and 2.
Love takes the snap, throws it.
Kraft again.
To Kraft this time.
Woo!
Does not get out of bounds, but he tried. He tried this time to get out of bounds.
No, the clock is stopped. Oh, and that timeout again, Green Bay.
Sorry, I'm here. Still not over this.
Peter's saying Tony Romo seems to be a huge Jordan Love fan. Why wouldn't he?
We'll take it. We'll take it. I mean,
I am too. Right.
And that's kind of been the refrain, is like, you know, Romo, Kurt Warner in his breakdowns, JT O'Sullivan, who runs the QB school, guys who've played the position before seem to have really positive opinions of Jordan Love and what he's doing.
This is great.
A lot of the naysayers happen to be dudes who haven't been NFL quarterbacks. You know, like the Adam Sheens or those Colin Cowherds, or the guys who are paid to talk, not the guys who were once upon a time paid to be a quarterback.
Oh no.
So.
Oh no.
Oh, Scott, I don't like it. I don't like it, Scott. I don't want to acknowledge that. 1st and 10. Love takes the snap, drops back, and he's going. That's a wounded duck to the end zone, and yeah, that's picked.
Dang it.
And I don't know what happened. The ball left.
Oh, it's
Love's
not
hand.
intercepted.
No, dropped. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Heath. Okay.
Good job. Good job.
So nearly
Yeah, it's
picked
an
there.
ugly ball.
Who even is that? Oh, that's Terrell Smith, promising young corner for the Bears. But Malik Heath with the wherewithal to keep his arm fighting and making sure that that ball was going to pop out. 11 seconds time to go in the half. 2nd and 10 for Green Bay. Love takes the snap, drops back, and he hits Dontavian Wicks, and they're going to call him inbounds. What? So they hit Wicks on a quick back shoulder, but it's right against the sideline. And so they deem that Wicks...
He pushed him out of bounds.
They're deeming that the stop was inbounds. So the clock kept running with only about 5 seconds to go, and that stopped the half. But is it just because of forward progress?
I think it's because
Like,
when he caught the ball, he stood there. And that's when he got hit out of bounds.
So they said that like forward progress was ceased.
Mhm.
So the play stopped in bounds, and him immediately and simultaneously falling out of bounds doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Regardless, that's halftime. We are already at halftime. My goodness, what a quick first half. 7-6 to Green Bay. Oh, we never changed the ticker.
Oops.
7-6 Green Bay.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, look, that was not a pretty drive to end the half.
No.
And I'm just kind of dumbfounded on what occurred there. It must be that they just deemed that forward progress had ceased, but to do that quickly, as he's falling out of bounds, is, I don't know. I feel like that's unorthodox. Well, so the clock was allowed to run, and then that was the end of the half. So Packers take a 7-6 lead into the half and are going to aim to add to that to start the second half. But that drive was less than ideal for a number of circumstances. I would like to go back and rewatch that play. The play that could have been picked for Terrell Smith. The Bears corner had Malik Heath not broken it up. And you know what? Besides the throw itself, I don't know why it came out like a wounded duck out of Love's hands. But two, that kind of play by Malik Heath. Remember, we talked earlier in the year specifically a lot about Christian Watson. I remember the Raiders game, some of those late game interceptions where the wide receiver was not in position necessarily to affect a DB making an interception or didn't know to do it or whatever, right? We weren't earlier in the year seeing wide receivers make the veteran play to know, oh, I basically got to play defense right now because that ball isn't coming to me. And Malik Heath on that play did. So again, growth. And it's not just schematic growth. It's not just them route running better. It's little stuff like that that is indicative of players beginning to get it more and more. So we'll take it in that regard. However, the throw itself, certainly not good. I'm just not sure why. And then the follow-up play, where the play that inevitably ended the half, the back shoulder throw, is confusing in a number of different regards. One, why is that the play call? Because if you want to just do something that's just going to take a second off the clock or something like that, just spike it. I mean, what are you doing trying to get 2 yards on some kind of back shoulder nonsense? I don't know. I can't say I like that play call very much at all. But that takes us into the half. So let's see what we got here. Chris Hand just listing off the sacks. Yeah, 4 first-half sacks for the Packers. Elvian, Gary, Wyatt, Clark. Oh, very, very good. I mean, pass rush is doing his job. We can say that for sure. Patrick Novak, terrible coaching. I didn't like the play clock at the end, or the play call. Prime suspect saying you have to be moving forward when you go out of bounds in order for the clock to stop. He was going backwards. Okay. All right. So I can see that. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. I'm trying to think back to, because the Packers do utilize the back shoulder. So they've used it so frequently in their history. I'm trying to think of any other circumstances like this occurring. But yeah, if that's technically the rule, and that makes a world of sense. Thanks for telling me, Prime Suspect. And then Solar Miner saying forward momentum was stopped in bounds and he was going backwards out of bounds. It's normal call. Okay, there we go. There we go. Thanks for helping me out. Patrick Novak saying no reason to make that play does not do anything for us. Yeah, in terms of the back shoulder, right? The quick completion that wound up ending the half. They are younger still on offense from Solar Miner. Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt. And then Rocket Knee saying, yo, John, it's just young team making silly mistakes. Will it cost us the game? Let's find out. Yeah. And the thing is, too, I mean, like, first of all, that first half went by in a blink, an incredibly quick first half. But offensively, protection, for the most part, has been good. They've run the ball well. I understand on that last drive, his clock was ticking. You're obviously not going to run it a lot. But I would like to see in the second half a return to feeding Aaron Jones. That was working. Defensively, they are doing a nice job containing Justin Fields. We haven't seen him really yet. We haven't seen anyone kind of drastically over pursue an edge and then Fields break loose at some 40-yard scramble. So we'll take that in that regard as well. What has been disappointing occasionally for the defense is the easy completions that have killed this defense repeatedly throughout the course of the year. Those super simple against zone completions. That's not totally to rag on zone because it's more how they use zone, but those super simple completions, it's a problem. And we're seeing it a little too often in the first half to feel completely comfortable. Let's say that. And then Peter saying, no regrets. Carlson would have missed that field goal. Yeah, they'd have a bigger lead. We could say that factually. Not about that. And then Commando G-Man saying Carlson's kicks are huge reason Bears got into Green Bay territory each time. Yeah, I can't say that the Chicago offense has been tremendously impressive or doing anything ridiculously unique. And that's the thing with the Bears offense. Like, and that's what I was trying to say in like the pregame show. The Bears offense doesn't necessarily do anything incredible or unique or explosive, but they are efficient at times. And if you give them field position, they're not going to royally mess it up. So, and Carlson missed kick, gave him great field position. No doubt about it. Solar Miner saying, as a Packer fan, this is my playoff game. If we win, I get another. So excited for our future. Yeah, and that's certainly a conversation to be had, right? Like, no matter the outcome of this specific game, in the context of the larger season, like evaluating the whole thing, the Packers found out a lot this season, and that was the point. And they certainly have found their guy to be quarterback in the future. They found the receivers. So a lot going on. And I don't want to dwell on that necessarily today, because the point of today, as the players would tell you, is get into the playoffs. That's what they want. This year's team wants to outdo last year's team. Not that that's the prime motivation, but it is kind of a natural consequence of making the playoffs. So Amo Tobbs saying, let's go Green Bay. Mm-hmm. Can John or Claudia use their DeLorean and go into the future and get Sports Almanac to see who wins this game? Oh, the DeLorean. Back to the Future DeLorean. No, we can't. Like I said, if I had the means, Steve, be so much richer. Like Ebel saying, manifesting that Andy Herman Valentine pick 6 after we score a tutty on this drive. Yeah, that's one way to double up too. The offense scored, then the defense scored. That's still a double up. We'll take it. And then Mick saying, have the Packers returning this week had the ball much so far?
No.
I
don't think we returned a single one.
No, I think he's saying guys who were hurt who are now back. So I haven't seen Emmanuel Wilson at all. Haven't seen Musgrave really hasn't been involved.
No.
Jaden Reed has been he's been involved, but not as much as he was last week. It's been kind of more Wicks and Melton to this juncture. I'm trying to think of anybody else, but long story short, no, not really, Mick. They're not having much of an impact to this point. No doubt about it. Scott saying, we win. We'll beat the Cowboys.
I like it.
Yeah. Like Hebel saying also, damn Giants just bullying the Eagles right now.
Is it still bad?
Gosh,
I haven't paid attention to the little ticker.
Steve saying, I know I say crazy things. I just have a creative mind. It's weird. Hey, we're not in a helicopter over Lambeau right now, like we were told last week, Steve. Just saying. And then Peter saying, do you see Goody drafting another kicker in 2024? No. I mentioned at the very top when Carlson missed his field goal. I think another year of inconsistency brings on, from the Packers side of things, fans are already calling for it, I know. But on the Packers side of things, I think another year of consistency really brings up that conversation. And I talked earlier about how when the Packers retain one of 3 things, it's for a long time. And that's kicker, quarterback, or head coach. Do you get one of those jobs, you got to be disastrous to not hang on to it for a while. I think Carlson is probably safe through next year, barring something drastically unexpected. But following 2 years of inconsistencies, then Gutekunst probably pulls on the leash a little bit. Solar Miner saying, if we did the 21 draft again, our 3rd or 4th round pick would be our 1st round pick. Tom! Yeah. Well, and Zach Tom was a 5th round pick. And I think even league wide, I think if you did the NFL draft again and included Zach Tom, the way he's performed this year, he probably becomes a 1st round pick. That's been the level of performance. Per PFF, he's a top 10 right tackle. Per most metrics, Zach Tom is having an exceptional season as the starting right tackle for the Packers. And it's incredibly skilled by the Packers front office to keep finding those guys in the mid rounds. But for Zach Tom himself, that probably in a redraft would make him a 1st round pick. Like Hebel's saying, Giants up 24 because Eagles are at 0.
Yikes.
Woof. Eagles. Yikes. McKnight saying, Tom. Oh no, is Tom hurt? Do we have an update on Tom? Mick, is that a bad Tom? Somebody let me know what's going on with Tom. Chris Ann saying, the Frozen Tundra just introduced his new partner at Lambeau Field, the Frozen Slipdra. Yeah. Well, until things freeze, the cleats slip a little bit. Once they freeze, then they get stuck, and no one wants to be stuck. Minus the extra point. Oh, Solar Miner saying minus the extra points. He's above average with range, and that's why they love Carlson, right? Like that was the thing immediately when he was drafted, then all through camp, and then remember the preseason game when he hit a 57-yarder. Like, dude's got the leg. It's the consistency that is the problem. And that's kind of what Rich Bisaccia is employed for. So, yeah. And then Steve saying, do you think special teams goes or stays after the season? I think Rich is safe. Rich Bisaccia, assistant head coach, as well as special teams coordinator. He and LaFleur have grown very, very close. We can debate the merits of whether he's actually a good special teams coordinator or not. I think that's up for debate, but I do think his employment is very safe. Now, defensive coordinator, I don't think that's necessarily the case, but special teams coordinator, yeah, I think he's safe yet. All right, so the Bears kickoff goes out of the back of the end zone. Keyshawn Nixon being told not to return a lot today. And Packers going to take over the ball on the 25 as we get started here on half number 2. Yeah, the telecast recapping the miscues, the 41-yard missed field goal. And then, of course, the clock running out. Not good. Like Hebel saying, Tom back at right tackle. All right, okay, good. 1st and 10 for Green Bay at the 25. Snap comes in for Love in shotgun, and he dumps that off quick to Dante Wicks, who makes a man miss. And then Wicks with about 10 yards on the completion.
Some quick feet.
We will see where they mark that. I mean, he just straight up juked the dude. Goodbye. And that's going to give the Packers, it's going to be really close to whether it's a first down or not. We'll have to see exactly where they mark it as he was falling down. Yeah, I mean, that was
beautiful.
That was straight up just make a miss.
Second
and one, technically, is how they mark it. So, Love now under center. Ben Sims in motion. Bears lining up tight against that line. And Jordan Love takes a snap. Pitch to Aaron Jones. Who
first down.
And then runs right into the arms of a coach for a hug. In fact, I think that might be the running back coach. I think that's Ben Sermons. All right, so 3rd and 1, just halfback pitch
by the hair of his chinny
to
chin,
Jones.
Chin.
And Jones just kind of pushed the ball forward awfully close to the first down line, and that's going to give the Packers a first down. We'll take it. We'll take it for sure.
All right, here we go.
All right, so 1st and 10, Love in under center, Ben Sims in motion again.
5, 4, 3, 2, taking the snap.
Love taking the snap, dropping back. And he's throwing it.
Boom
to Bo!
Oh, melted.
I love you, Bo.
My man.
One of my buddies. Good job, Bo. Aaron Jones with the pass pro pickup, too. Wow, yeah, the telecast showing that Aaron Jones did a great job following the play action to step up and redirect the blitz. So now 1st and 10, Jones, something's moving around here. Love under center, Jones pretty far back. And handoff to Aaron Jones. Jones has got the room. And that's another first down carry for Aaron Jones, who gains 16.
Even a little bit more.
Maybe 17 on the carry. Gets the Packers all the way up to the Bears' 30-yard line. All right.
I love Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I mean, he's finding room today, which is incredibly uncharacteristic against this Bears front. I know some yardage totals have been put up. Someone pointed this out in the comments in the last video that at times the Bears have given up an awfully healthy yards per carry, especially against Detroit, amongst others. And that is true. It's just that in those games, the teams didn't run the ball a ton because they were able to pass the ball on Chicago. So a very, very strong performance for the Packers running the ball thus far. The offensive line creating holes, and then Aaron Jones doing what he does. His body control shifting from side to side, which he does better than basically anyone. So we'll take it. Let's see here. Catching up on a couple of comments during the commercial. Peter saying, do you see Goody drafting 2 running backs in 2024? Trey Benson and Blake Corum. No, I don't. I tell you what, I think Aaron Jones is back. I think they figure out the contract stuff. I think Jones wants to be back. I think they just come together and figure it out. I'm just not buying that a high cap number is going to have the Packers move on from Aaron Jones. A.J. Dillon, significantly more curious. Due to be a free agent, I still think there's a chance that Green Bay brings A.J. Dillon back on some kind of Jamal Williams-esque contract, the kind he's been getting over the last couple of years, something like 2 years, $8 million, 1 year, $3 million, 1 year, $4 million, something to that effect, which, of course, if they retain Jones and Dillon going into next year, that really does open up the draft options. Or we could see something like a day 3 pick if they really believe in Emmanuel Wilson, and then Emmanuel Wilson slides up to like the running back 2 job. But I think it all starts, first decision is Aaron Jones, and I do think he's back. And then after that, they can cascade into some other decisions. But to answer your question directly, do they draft 2 running backs? No, I don't see it this year because I do see Jones back. Commando G-Man saying, "Bo!" Gonna be a new chant in Green Bay. I can get with it as long as it's oh, not ooh.
Right.
Like Hebel saying, "Parsons hurt. That'll suck, but does make me want Dallas more since Jones ate his lunch last year." Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, if Micah Parsons is out, that defense becomes drastically easier to go against. No doubt about it. Chris Sands saying, "I saw Jones run a toss counter. Wow, I've never seen that play before." Yeah. All right. So now here we go. We're back. 1st and 10 carry for Jones. Jones gains 7 on the ground up the middle, setting up second relatively short as the Packers are getting closer and closer to the 20-yard line of the Bears. To tight end, switch to the other end. Chris, now that you're actually getting to watch the game, like I feel like you're making all these new revelations.
Right.
Like
a whole new world.
Yeah. And then here we go. 2nd and 3, 12-10 to go in the 3rd. Love in shotgun now for the 2nd down. Dontavian Wicks in motion. And the snap. Love drops back and he hits quick Malik Heath.
There you go.
That's a 1st down.
Good
Gain
job,
of about 4 through the air. One guy who we have not heard much from today at all is Jaden Reed. We're seeing a good amount of play for Heath. We're seeing a good amount of stuff for Bo Melton. We're seeing a good amount of stuff for Dontavian Wicks. Just not doing a whole lot specifically designed for Reed, or Reed is the first option for Love yet today. And it's curious. I'm not going to say it's wrong because the other receivers are doing great work, but it is curious.
Wicks in motion, Love in shotgun. Taking the snap, handing it off to Aaron Jones, who gains 3.
Gains a couple. Solar Miner saying Jones and Henry next year. Okay. Like, give me Derrick Henry in a Packer uniform. I'll be all about it, no doubt. Janelle Reed is on the sideline. I did see him run off on the last play. Hopefully it's just a quick spell, and then he comes back in. And then Chris, I'm so sorry. You don't got to be sorry. It's just you are seeing
things. It's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah. 2nd and 7 now. Love in shotgun. Aaron Jones next to him. Jaden Reed in motion from left to right. Love hands it off to Aaron Jones, who's trying to find a little bit of room. He runs up the middle. That's a gain of about 4, setting up 3rd and relatively short. Should be about 3rd and 3. Yep. 10:25 to go in the 3rd as the Packers are trying to tack on to their very thin 1-point lead, as the Cowboys are whooping up on the Washington Commanders at this point, 21-10. And then I'm hoping to see a 49er Ram update real soon.
All right, we're doing a little chit-chatting. In shotgun.
Under 5 on the play clock.
3, 2.
Love takes the snap and he throws it. That's Wicks. Wicks.
Come on.
Touchdown.
So great. John lost his breath.
Oh.
All right. Let me just add this ticker. All right, Carlson. Come on. Come on, Carlson. It's all on you. That was just beautiful. And that fight from Wicks to get into the end zone. All right, Carlson. And the kick is good. There we go. Making it 14-6 for the Green Bay Packers. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see, we got Commando G Mancine. Even Romo is talking about how great a route runner Wicks is. He is truly turning out to be quite the receiver.
and realistically the best route runner on the Packers.
That's true.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back.
Thanks. I gotta kick this stupid cold. But yeah, Wicks is realistically probably already the best route runner on the Packers. And I don't think it's that shocking. Like that was one of his strengths coming out of college and then getting into the pros. So it's just really cool to see it blossom and blossom so quickly. Really, really cool to see for Dontavian Wicks. Let's just see some others here. Touchdown, Janelle with the smile face. Chris hated John has been sick this long. Yo,
Telling you, I keep telling him to eat an onion and he won't.
Steven saying chest still full of not good, John boy. Oh, I'm aware. It's this week sucked. I'm not looking for pity. I'm not just like, I gotta kick this. This cough's getting old. So hopefully it recedes soon. That's for sure. I am getting awfully tired of doing watch party sick.
You're getting better though.
Yeah, I'm coughing a lot less.
It's
no doubt about it.
Running its course, just very, very slowly.
Loudly at times. Yeah.
And that too.
Yeah. All right. Scott saying Wicks is my favorite receiver on the Pack. Well, and that's what's so cool right now about the Packers collective at wide receiver. It's like you can just have a favorite and not be wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can, almost anyone out there right now can be in love with Malik Heath. Well, why do you love Heath? Because he's a dog. You can't really refute that. Like if he plays more, he produces more. It's been the thing with Heath all year. You can adore Bo Melton. You can, and there's obvious reasons for that. You can love Jaden Reed, even if you're still enamored with the potential of Christian Watson. Like others may disagree with you by this point, but who's going to deny the fact that the dude has that potential if he can ever play? So like, that's the really cool thing is you can fall in love with any one of them for completely different reasons and be right. That's just so cool up and down the depth chart to have that situation.
Bo and Dobson.
Really cool.
We just got so much.
Doler Hyde. Hey, Doler Hyde. Very, very nice to see you here. Here we go. Kick now into the end zone for Chicago. Chicago bringing it out and trying to.
There we go.
Before he stood up. Who is it that made that tackle? 22. That would be Robert Rochelle making the tackle for special teams, standing him up at the 22. Like that a lot.
Nice.
All right. Solar Miner saying, I'll warn you, next touchdown, your lungs can't handle the excitement. All right. Well, I appreciate the kudos, but yeah. If there's a touchdown again, I'll just sheer physically. All right. Bears with the ball at the 22 officially. Fields under center. And getting ready to take the snap. Bears in a compact offensive formation. And it's a pitch out to Herbert, who breaks one tackle, finds a little bit of room, gains about 9 on the carry. Going to set up second and pretty short, under 9.5 now to go in third. Steven saying, onion, good thing. Drink the juices with lemon, honey mix. Old Indian drink. You know,
we have honey and lemon.
I know. I've been thinking about lemon and honey a lot. I gotta start doing that.
We have plenty of teas. I have an assortment.
Part of it is just, as I talk more is when it kicks in more. If I'm here just like not talking.
I can make you a cup of tea. You can drink it right now.
Oh, no, not right now. 2nd and 1 for the Bears. It's a shotgun designed run for Fields. He takes the snap, cuts up field, finds a little bit of something, and gets up to about the 39, giving the Bears a first down. And that was that was a designed run. Snap to Fields, and Fields immediately took off running with the running back. Maybe it was technically an option if you wanted to kick it to the running back, if it was written up that way. But regardless, a keeper for Fields and a first down for the Bears. Scott saying, hey, John, I want to give you kudos about how you treat us. Andy Herman goes overboard on members. Oh, well, thanks, Scott. I really appreciate that. Thanks. I really appreciate that. Fields now in pistol, takes the snap, pitches it out to Rashawn Johnson getting the carry. That's a gain of about 5 or 6. So it sets up a second down. I very genuinely appreciate that. And in terms of like Herman, Grossi, Nagler, others, obviously I follow those guys for a long time. I've met a couple of them. I've stopped pretty much consuming a lot of their stuff as I've taken on more here, partly because I don't want to ever get caught in a situation where I'm repeating just what they're saying. So, I really appreciate the kind words, Scott.
2nd and 4. Fields takes a snap, drops back, and is running.
He's running. He's past the line. Yeah. So going to be, the ref is giving him the benefit of the doubt, giving Justin Fields that first down. So the Bears trying to cook up a little bit something, down 8 now.
Jair's staring him down, saying, I could have got you. I didn't because you're a quarterback, but I could have. I could have.
Yeah, and it's really, I don't know. Honestly, it's it's difficult to be upset, at least on that play, about what the defense front was doing. They were coming. None of them over pursued. It just, they didn't get the pressure quick enough, so Fields was able to dip. 1st and 10 now for the Bears. They got the ball on the 48, almost across midfield.
And they are running, going around the map, and he slips.
Another slip for Khalil Herbert, but a tackle for Jair. Gain of 1, maybe 2, depending on the mark. Chris Hand saying, John, it's kind of funny. Claudia wants nothing to do with the onion, but it's like, yeah, John, give onion it. You've noticed that too, Chris? Scott, again, I really appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Commando G-Man, finally special team shows up. That was from the kickoff. Absolutely. We'll catch up on comments here in just a second. Quick snap now. Fields out of shotgun. That is indeed a handoff, even though Fields faked the run. Gain of 1 for the Bears on the ground again as Quay Walker goes Humpty Dumpty and toppling over. 3rd and 7 for the Bears.
Somebody's last name is Feeney.
Feeney!
Yeah, on the Bears.
Feeney! Oh, man, can we get a Feeney on the Packers? Those who also grew up with Boy Meets World know all too well what I'm talking about. Feeney! Why can my voice do that? 3rd and 7. Fields in shotgun, empty set. And Fields takes a snap, drops back. Pressure from Preston Smith. What finishes it off? So Preston started the sack process. Fields began to spin out, but then Carl Brooks was there. Rashawn Gary was there.
We just like to share the sack.
Yes, finally the sack was concluded, and that sets up 4th down for the Bears. The telecast now showing coverage downfield. Why Fields had nowhere to go. Shocking, I tell you. It's in man coverage that there's nowhere to go. But
you mean they didn't play 10 yards off?
No point in being sour. Just saying.
All right, and we go.
And the punt now coming on for Chicago. And that's floating. That's going to... Oh, don't like anything about that. So so they give the Packers the touchback.
Okay.
So the punt landed within the 10. You had a Bears player do the hyper athletic, like jump into the end zone and bat the ball back. Ballantyne caught it at the 1 because there was another Bear there, and then was immediately tackled backwards into the end zone. I think what they're saying is that when the Bears special teamer who did the jump into the end zone, he left from a place of having a foot on the line, which technically makes him a part of the end zone.
I sure hope so.
Which means as soon as he touched that, it was a touchback.
I sure hope so.
Because in order to do that, like leap into the end zone, bat it out thing, you can never touch the end zone.
Right.
So I think that's what they
I sure hope so.
Let's catch up on a couple of these. Week in, week out. It's Wix time. Steve, I want to see an INT, as does everyone. Steve, and on the next drive, we'll take it. David, hello, David. Thanks for joining us here. What impresses me is that we are playing strictly with our rookies at wide receiver as our 2 tight end. I'm losing it. As our 2 second-year vet wide receivers are out. Yeah, I mean that's incredibly true, David. Like that's a really good point. Like Watson and Dobbs were supposed to be the second-year elder statesman of the room.
Veteran presence in our wide receiver room, right. Our second years.
And now you've got Watson out. I think this is the 5th consecutive miss for Watson. Dobbs, I think, has been a very steadying presence for the room. Always there kind of when they need him. very clutch in the red zone, especially. But today, now Dobbs can't play, or he left the game early.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're left with, like, if you would have told me at the start of the year, hey, must-win game, the Packers wide receiver core with Jordan Love at quarterback, A.J. Dillon out, so only Aaron Jones to run the ball. And Musgrave is coming back from a month off.
Yep.
So now you're slinging it to Kraft, freshly back Musgrave, and then your top 3 wide receivers are Bo Melton, your late round pick Dontavian Wicks, and your second round pick Jaden Reed. Go win. Like, it's I don't want to be like over the top, but the development that we've seen from these young guys is truly absurd.
Mm-hmm. I was saying earlier when they were showing clips from our week 1 game versus the Bears, what a difference in the team that we have. Just,
oh yeah,
we grew up. We're still babies, but
yeah,
we grew.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and not just a little. I mean, leaps and bounds. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we're back to game action. I'll catch up on comments in just a minute. So Love now in shotgun for this 1st and 10. Packers have the ball at the 20. And it's an end around to Bo.
Come on, Bo. Come on, Bo. Kick in the gas. Kick in the gas.
Bo
down.
Breaks like 3 tackles and winds up getting like 13 on the end around. That's a first down for Bo Melton. You go, Bo. I love that guy.
Sorry, every time I hear his name, I just think of the comedian Bo Burnham.
Bo.
Right? Yeah. I keep thinking of the song. One of the songs that he features was just, "Oh, Bo." It's just, "Oh, Bo."
All right, so now Love in shotgun. Doler Hyde, I see the last one that just came in. Did Grant do Bo's dress? No. He was elevated from the practice squad, and then they made him inactive.
Love taking the snap, hits it off to Jaden Reed, who
makes the catch and slips on his way out of bounds, gaining 5.5 maybe for the Packers offense. But anyway, Doler Hyde, my assumption is that they elevated Dubose as a, well, if Watson's out plus Reed or Wicks, we're going to need another body. But then Reed and Wicks were able to go, so then they just deactivated Dubose. That's my assumption at this juncture.
All right, 2nd and 4. Hand off to Aaron Jones, who squeaks through what would have been a stop. And I don't know if they're going to give him... they're going to give him first. All right.
Yeah, 5-yard carry for Aaron Jones, first down.
I'm not quite sure how he got through that. Oh, he just rolled off.
Yeah. Right on.
A little pip squeaking through everybody.
All right. 3 minutes to go in the third. This game continues to move at like lightning pace, it feels like.
I know. 1st and 10.
Love under center. They've got the ball on the 42.5. Love hands it off to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones tries to find some room. He's got room at least through the line, but only gains 3, maybe 4 before he's met by multiple Bears. And now we got some extracurriculars.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Whatever, Green Bay. Just don't be the ones to throw punches today.
Take the punches.
And we got a Packer lying down in the middle of this skirmish. And I think it was Jaden Reed on the ground. So. Yeah, it was. So
with the shoulder pad out.
Everybody eventually picks him back up.
Oh,
okay. So Jaden Reed was blocking Kyler Gordon, the predominant nickel corner of the Bears. And the blocking lasted longer than the play. It's not like Gordon disengaged either, but lasted longer than the play. And then they ran into Elton Jenkins. And that's a really good way to start a tussle. So 2nd and 6 now. Jordan Love in shotgun. Two defensive linemen. They fell forward on that, I do believe. So now Love taking the snap, dropping back, and he hits. That's another completion now into Bo Melton, who is picked up and put down by 49 of the Bears. That's going to set up 3rd and 2. Jordan Love now 21 of 25 for 210 yards passing. Not bad. 3rd and 2 for Green Bay now.
We are 5 for 6 on third down conversions.
Come on,
Third and 2.
make something happen this drive, and let's put
Aaron Jones coming up.
Put it well in control. There we go.
And
Love takes the snap. Love rolls right.
Then Love. Oh, fumble, and we did not recover it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
J-Love was trying to make something happen there, perhaps a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So he rolls out right on what is essentially the scramble.
Yeah.
And Stevenson pokes that ball free. Oh, with his helmet. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Not recover.
Stevenson's helmet went straight to the ball. And Love fumbled on the scramble, and the Bears recovered. Jaquan Brisker with the recovery. So the Bears going to take over the ball down 8. All right. Well, that's not scoring to put the game well in control.
Nope.
I will say, too, just on the whole, this game's kind of been lower scoring than I expected it to be. Like, with how both of these offenses have been performing lately and how both of the past defenses have been inconsistent, this kind of had the feel of, like, this could be a 30 to 20-something game. We might still wind up there, but lower scoring affair than anticipated to this juncture. If you bet it in over, I'm sorry thus far. By the way, I generally don't announce it a ton, but did just want to announce after this game, immediately following the game, if you have the Bleacher Report app, I will be hopping on there for a post-game reaction. Just a quick 20-minute spot for them because they pay me a bunch. So I'm going to be hopping over into the Bleacher Report app. If you want to continue hanging out, just pop on over there. All right, so like Kebble's saying, Packers putting pathetic teams away. Challenge impossible. Yeah, we don't do it well. We don't. And I was kind of reminded of that because I was looking over the full season kind of wins, losses, total scores, etc. for the Packers. And last week, I was trying to think of what are the games this year that the Packers from the first quarter through the fourth quarter truly just won. Just stomped on their opponent and just won. Last week is probably like the only week that like really came screaming to mind. I mean, maybe week 1 against the Bears. That one probably fits in that category. But beyond that, there just have not been many. The Packers have figured out how to win, but they just don't do the decisive, we're going to walk in and beat you by 40 yet. And I don't think anyone expected them to this year, but I'm just saying, like, in the scope of this year, those put them away wins haven't been out there that much.
All right.
All right, so 14-6, Packers still in the lead. Chicago taking over with the ball at the 42. That's where they gave him for the fumble recovery. Fields under center here for the first snap. And it's a fake. Rashawn Gary, go get him. Rashawn Gary can't get there. Fields evades the sack, and Fields winds up running and gains about 2, maybe 3 before he's whipped out of bounds by Quay Walker. Yeah, I mean, that's just part of the nature of the beast when you're going against Justin Fields. That was a quality pressure by Rashawn Gary. Fields stepped up, and Fields avoided everything.
The Kebbles, you saw that too? Saying, sure, refs, let Gary be legit pulled backwards by his pads. Not a flag. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, 2nd and 7.
All right, another handoff for the Bears. This one goes nowhere. Preston Smith and Kobe Wooden? I don't mean to sound so shocked. Kobe Wooden making a run stop is not generally what Kobe Wooden does. I really like him as a prospect, but we'll take it. So the nice stop there for Green Bay. Sets up 3rd and 7, 12 seconds to go in the third. We'll see if they get this snap off.
Doesn't look like they're going to try.
I don't think they're going to try. I think they're going to let this go to the end of the third quarter. My goodness, it is 5:15 Central.
And that is the end of the third quarter.
Wow. This game's flying. And Commando G-Man, I saw you had a comment about it. High completion percentage and 0 penalties. Yeah.
Have we seriously had a single penalty all game? I don't think so.
I don't.
Is that possible in the NFL?
Especially for the Packers? Packers have been getting more and more disciplined over the last month, but holy crap.
Well, and also with how
That's
much,
a great point.
we've had a lot of scuffles.
Yeah.
A lot of really close chats with the other team
that there have not been flags thrown about. Like refs have allowed it to occur and then it's kind of moved on.
Yep, broke it up and continued on. I'm very surprised and proud of our little baby Packers.
For sure. Mick saying injured players late in the season causing lower scores. I mean, I don't know as if I'd say that on the whole, because we did still see some like league-wide offensive output this week. Now you do have a number of teams this week who've already secured their spots, not playing everyone, so that could be hard. But even like last week, I mean, Green Bay put up 33. Against Carolina, they put up 33. That's technically a late season game. So I don't know. I don't know as if I'd go that far. Mick, I think it's the later in the season you go, you do increase the likelihood of having bad weather games. That could play a part as well. Scott Fields not so eager to run like in the past. You know, and that's actually one thing I didn't talk about in the pregame show, but he has been running less, especially over the last 3 weeks. The Bears have found a high level of offensive success in the last couple of weeks because, like I talked about earlier, they've been remarkably efficient. And good part of that is Fields not running. Like they've kind of moved in conjunction with each other. I don't know about causality, but like Fields' carries have gone down, especially over the last 3 weeks. He's been doing it less overall. And maybe it's because of modifications in how they're game planning. Maybe they're just straight up calling less designed runs for Fields, but that's a thing. He's throwing more, running less, or they're having other people run it. So that's definitely a thing. Letting them play would be nice if Gary was allowed to play too, according to Lake Evans. Let Rashawn play. It's all we want. All right, here we go. So Justin Fields in shotgun now for 3rd and 7, and he takes the snap. There it is. Drops back to start off the 4th quarter, and that is maybe complete to DJ Moore. DJ Moore was essentially running a slant through the Packers zone there, and no one really moved with him. Packers are trying to say that the ball hit the ground. Bears are going to run this play. Hurry up.
Come on.
And
get there.
And the Packers, I think, just threw their challenge flag.
Yeah.
And Jair was all kinds of ready to take an offsides penalty to give LaFleur time. Because I don't know if you saw it, but like the Bears were lining up on offense and Jair came running in, arms up, like he was ready. He was ready to stop it. And let's watch this again. Well.
Oh, that ball hit the ground.
That's incomplete. That's incomplete. So that should be coming back. All right. So let's just catch up here. Rocket Knee saying that was unfortunate defense playing well. I thought Campbell would struggle. He's hanging in there. Yeah, and they really needed Campbell to hang in there because there's no McDuffie safety valve today, right? And that's kind of been the thing is if Campbell hasn't played well, like they can put in McDuffie to really kind of mix up the rotations there if they need to. Not today. Like they needed Campbell to have a strong game, and I don't know as if he's having an impactful game, but haven't seen him lagging behind like we did at times earlier in the season. So that's certainly great. Like Hebel saying, I can't tell if Ja is having a good or bad game. Maybe a nondescript game is a good game for
uneventful.
Yeah,
which is okay.
We haven't. Like you mentioned earlier, maybe he let off too early on that crosser to DJ Moore, which is a huge play for the Bears earlier. But we haven't seen him do a remarkable number of pass breakups or anything to that effect. So kind of a nondescript giant, which frankly, I thought this was going to be a vintage Jair in everybody's face style game.
Mm-hmm. I would have figured that too.
Given his demeanor and coming off of the suspension, how he was. So
is he a captain today?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see who the captains were today. I don't know. That's a good point. Rocket Knee saying,
let us know in the comments if you know who the
Yep.
captains were today.
For sure. And then Commando, Romo showed that Love only ran on that turnover play because wide receiver didn't get screen play call change and lineman downfield too. Oh, okay. All right. So, I mean, good awareness by Love to run.
Mm-hmm. It's just unfortunate that.
Well, and even then, it's not like he was carrying the ball recklessly. It's not even like the defender tried to punch it out.
No.
It's the defender like ran through Love, and the helmet and the ball were perfectly together. Very few guys are hanging onto the ball through a helmet hit like that. So it just kind of is what it is. We're just going to hope it doesn't have a major impact.
Right.
Speaking of trying to make an impact,
What?
Fields.
The call stands? What?
All right, someone out there tell me what the telecast is saying. All right, so on the next play, Preston Smith goes to get Fields. Fields evades. Fields hits Komet for a completion up to about the 17-yard line before Darnell Savage meets him there. What? Okay, so they're replaying the Komet play. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I do really like Savage just stepping up and shoving Komet down. That was nice. I have a feeling they don't want to show too many replays of that catch for DJ Moore. Okay, here we go. Back to it. Bears now have the ball all the way up to the 17-yard line. Fields takes the snap.
There you go. Come on. Oh!
And Barre kind of goes past him. And he throws it to the end zone. Incomplete. So the Bears tried to get that into 18. And speaking of Jair, there he was. Jair, very, very tight coverage on 18, making sure that was not going to be completed. And LaFleur now getting...
LaFleur is giving the ref a hug.
Yeah, LaFleur is talking through, hey, you're missing a bunch of stuff and quit screwing my guys. That's the conversation. I have no idea what's going on with that call right now. Okay. All right, 13:50 to go in the game. Second down for the Bears.
Come on. 2nd and 10.
They do have the ball on the 17. Play clock under 5. Fields takes the snap, pitches it out. Another run for the Bears that goes nowhere. Quay Walker, amongst others, bringing down Rashawn Johnson to set up 3rd and long.
All right.
Credit where it's due. The run defense for the Packers today has been excellent. They are after Rashawn Johnson and Khalil Herbert.
Let's get good coverage, clean coverage, interception. Wouldn't hate it.
Something, anything.
Not a touchdown.
Unless the pick 6.
Right.
All right. Fields in shotgun here for 3rd and 10. He drops back. He's looking. He evades pressure from Rashawn. Valentine almost gets the pick, but at the very least, he does get the deflection.
There's a flag.
We've got a flag on the play.
What's the first flag?
And that is on Chicago, and it's declined. So that sets up 4th down. Valentine very upset with himself that it wasn't a pick. But still, though, you see how it definitely could have been. Yeah. But still, though, a deflection for Valentine. And hey, the old adage is if they could catch, they play wide receiver.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah. But still, heck of a coverage play by Valentine there to catch up to Komet and deflect that thing away. That now gives Santos a field goal opportunity to cut into this deficit for Chicago. Green Bay's offense needs to do something when they get the ball back, though. 35-yard attempt for Santos. It's up.
It's good.
And good. And that creates 14-9 as the score now. 13:03 to go in the game. All right. Come on. Like up 5. Just march down the field and get something. And retain control. Because even though you got a 5-point lead, I don't necessarily feel uber comfy with that, given what's at stake.
Yeah.
Nor do I completely trust the defense to hold drive after drive after drive.
Yeah.
Eventually, the offense has got to to put up more.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they're able to do next. Let's see what else we got here. Commando saying, let's answer. Like Hebbles, all right, let's go put this bear down for good. I like it. Prime Suspect saying, Valentine, amazing rookie. I mean, especially for where they got him in the draft. Definition of value, right? He's had a remarkably good year. And it's the only, like, it's easy to see how that could have been a pick, right? But still, heck of a deflection, heck of a recovery to get up to commit there at all. Peter's saying that DJ Moore incomplete pass is just a fraud. Yeah, I don't think it's surprising that we came back from commercial and they never showed it again. Wonder why. Solar Miner is saying refs have let them play today. Yeah, they really have. I mean,
that it being what we're in the fourth quarter now.
Yeah.
And that was our first flag.
And it's declined.
Right?
You know, I will say the Packers, there was one point in the year where they were leading the league in penalties called per game. Something, I don't remember the exact number. I think it was like 7.6 penalties a game on the Packers. It was preposterously high. And they were dead last in the NFL. Over the last 3, though, they're averaging like 4 penalties per game. I think the exact number is 4.3. That's, again, a really great sign of development and maturity and discipline from the Packers. And yeah, you could easily make the argument that the refs are letting some stuff go today. But at the same time, I think probably all of us are sitting here thinking like, you know, we're not seeing obvious pass interference a lot. We're not seeing, besides maybe the one with Gary, we're not seeing like egregious grabbing onto guys and tugging on their jerseys. This is a very efficient, clean game for the most part. Yeah. And I really do appreciate, too, that the refs are allowing some of those skirmishes that have occurred. They haven't gotten flag happy with that.
Yeah.
They've recognized that it's a little skirmish that breaks up quickly. And they're okay with that. And that's kind of the way it should be.
Obviously, it is not taking up any time because it is 5:30. And we have 13 minutes left in the game. Yeah. All right, we got a Keyshawn Nixon return, taking her up to the 27?
Yeah.
I couldn't see because there was just a horde of men. And now a ref and Bears is just having a little
powwow, little chat.
Side hug, leave room for Jesus, you know.
Maybe the ref was getting the player away from a potentially escalating situation.
Like, hey, friend.
We'll take
friend. No.
Right.
No.
Let's go have a chat instead.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's just take a breath.
All right. So 1st and 10, Green Bay with the ball on the 28. Sorry, hon. Love in shotgun. And here he is ready to take the snap. Reed in motion. Love with the snap. Play action to Jones.
Nope.
Love throwing the ball to Reed. Now we're past the midfield. Reed.
Oh, he's
Reed.
going. He's going.
25 to the 20. And all the way up to the 14-yard line. Jaden Reed.
I do believe that there's a comparison count. Chris Han, not a whole lot of love going deep this game. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. Because you said that, it had to happen.
Yeah.
And that was beautiful.
Oh, and Reed just straight up beat his man. All right, so Love taking the snap now.
Pressure.
Love looking for somebody.
Ooh.
And he just kind of goes to his dump-off option. Aaron Jones just beyond the line. Gain of 1, maybe 2. That sets up 12-15 to go in the game. Green Bay with the first down at about the 12-ish yard line. Jeff also saying, I'm getting too old for games like this. Yeah, no, it's the cardiac pack is back. Yeah. Rocket Knee saying nothing more frustrating to watch than a sure drop interception. Come on, Valentine. Yeah, I mean,
unfortunate.
You know, at least he got the recovery and deflection, because that, if he would have stayed another half step back, that was an easy touchdown for Komet. So, all right, now Packers pressing here, 2nd and 9. Love takes the snap, hands it off to Jones. Jones shifting from right to left. He's trying to find somewhere to go.
We got positive yards. I love that, man.
Yeah, Jones. Like, that should have been a gain of nothing. And instead,
if not a loss of yards.
Yeah, instead he turns it into a 5-yard gain by shifting from
6
right
yards.
all the way to the left.
Or no, it is 5 because we got a yard.
So we'll take it.
Trying to give him more credit, sorry.
3rd and 4 as, wow, Dallas is now cruising against Washington, 35-10. My goodness.
Come on.
Oh, and I missed this one earlier. Like Kebble's saying, Packers have won 24 straight when leading at half. New Year, same Packers, please and thanks.
All right,
I'm
we
down.
got an empty set.
Yeah.
Love and shotgun. Taking the snap.
Love looking. He's
Woo!
looking. Yeah, touchdown! Touchdown. Wait.
Why? 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 What?
So Love takes a snap and shotgun. He's got Melton running across.
Why wouldn't he catch
He's
that?
definitely in bounds.
He caught that. Oh.
I know standards are higher in the end zone, but if you're going to count DJ Moore's,
Right.
if you're
That's
it,
gonna
like
be,
if
that's
if
gonna
you
be a
set the
touchdown.
precedent of DJ Moore's first down earlier,
They changed it according to the captions.
they just
I
changed it
think
now.
they changed
Okay.
it to a touchdown.
All right. Still, touchdown will be reviewed automatically. Okay, yeah, sure. So, okay, so the purpose of that from the referee side was
Yeah.
give the touchdown, which is automatically reviewed. You know, almost like when the ball is loose, declare it as a fumble,
Right.
because then we'll look at it.
Come on. I don't think it ever touches the ground. Because there, it doesn't touch.
No.
And right there,
No.
still doesn't touch.
Right. So it doesn't touch the ground, but what they're going to
I know is he doesn't have possession.
Well, I think they're kind of saying that he might, because technically a pin, if it's not on the ground, if you like pin the ball against yourself, that still counts. Eberflus, it's not up to the ref you're yelling at. It's not doing good. What? What's going to happen? All right, here we go. Incomplete. Did not control prior to rolling out of bounds. So I think what they're saying is that possession was never really established at all before that right there.
Right.
Because the pinning
Yeah.
happens when his foot goes out of the back of the end zone. So they're saying before that, he never had possession at all. Possession was simultaneous with touching out of bounds. So, all right, come on, Carlson. Come on, buddy. All right, there we go. Something. That's
They're
something.
points. Points are points. Making it 9 to the Bears. And a good old 17 for our Anders Carlson, who just made field goal.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, so Packers back with an 8-point advantage again.
The Kebble's saying, on the one hand, right call. On the other hand, that DJ one.
Well, and that's what I was thinking. Like, you've already set the precedent of that DJ Moore catch. Yeah,
it's fine.
Yep.
It's fine. Whatever. It's fine.
Prime suspect saying only in a Bears game. Yeah,
Right?
I understand.
No kidding. Okay.
Yeah, and Lions
Yeah.
fans scream about only in Packers games do they get the calls.
Yeah.
Or, do the Packers get the call?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. I want to write this down.
Yeah, Chris Hand saying, before he kicked it, he looked down the tunnel and saw Stewie Griffin with sunglasses on and flashed his fist. Thank you for your contribution.
Stewie's got money on the game, Chris.
Right. Jeff saying, I'm thinking about getting some Perna's F the Refs brand coffee.
Hey, why not?
Right? And Solar Miner saying, above average kicker.
That's Carlson. Woo!
Woo!
We're above average.
Right? Better than below Buffalo. We'll take it.
All right. So 8-point advantage, and time continues to tick. Ah. Anyone? I haven't seen it really much at all. Anyone know what's going on with Niners Rams? Anyone seen any updates on that? I do see Solar Miner saying we get to play the Lions next week, so maybe that answers that question. Clinch number 6 seed with win and Rams loss. Yes, that is indeed true. So I'm going to assume as though the Niners are winning based upon comments.
Right.
All right. And then let's see, while we're still getting ready for kickoff here, Rocket Knee saying 2 hands on the ball, in feet in end zone, touchdown period, maintain possession on the ground. I hate that dumb rule. Yeah, and they're way stricter about it in the end zone than they are anywhere else, right? All right, so here comes the kick from Carlson. And then he's going to be returned by the Bears.
Come on, special teams.
So it's brought out of the end zone. Whoop,
there we
go. Dragged down.
39 for the Packers.
Yeah, and the return gets up to about the 32. I believe that's Zane Anderson with the tackle for Green Bay. All right, so the Bears going to take over some decent field position. Chris Hand saying 27 people in here. Woo! Like and subscribe. Yes, please do, everybody. If you're not a regular on the channel, we put out content like 3 or 4 times a week. Like it, subscribe it. Hang out with us more regularly. We're fun. She's pretty. It works. Steve saying 2013 Niners. All right. Thank you for the update, Steve. All right. So that means if things hold status quo and the Packers do win, then yeah, 6 seed and Detroit coming up. All right.
Come on, Quay.
Carry for Herbert. Herbert gains about 5 on the ground, setting up second down, 10:40 to go in the game.
Quay was just off from getting that right away.
Commando G-Man saying NFL probably sad to not see Stafford versus Goff. Yeah. And you better believe that there's a few NFL executives who would love to see that later on in the playoffs if they have the opportunity to make that. But yeah, I agree because, the storylines. All right, so here we go. Oh, that was a play action to nobody for Fields on 2nd and 6, but he does complete the pass to Herbert, who runs into Green Bay territory. Chicago going to get the ball all the way up to about the 47 as Herbert was all by himself. And this is, kind of like, these are just odd plays to me. So Fields takes the snap and then does play action to Herbert, who's not even in the stratosphere anymore. He's already gone running a route. And I know some coaches and quarterbacks believe that just making that motion at all, whether there's a human there or not, still counts. But yeah, I don't know. All right, 9:35 to go in the 4th. Fields takes the snap, and this is a keeper. He's running, and he gains about 7 before Jonathan Owens.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's going to be fighting about this one. So Fields was sliding.
Biles. Mr. Biles.
Yes, Fields was sliding, and Owens, I don't want to say delivered a hit because it wasn't a particularly.
He was already
it was very
in it.
Yeah, it was very shoulder elbow as Fields was sliding. So, but
you do
see Fields' head whip when the contact comes in from Owens as Fields was sliding.
Yeah, that might be a concussion protocol.
I'm willing to bet that's what they're going to be looking. Oh no, he got right up apparently. Okay, so we're in. Okay.
Concussion protocol doesn't matter.
Second and 4.
Yeah,
he apparently passed the on-field test and everything. So that's a Kingsley
Oh my goodness.
Brings down Herbert in the backfield. Should go down for a loss of about 1, setting up 3rd and 5. Now for the Chicago Bears. Oh, they didn't even block it. And Agbari, I think, was shocked that no one blocked him because both tight ends kind of moved on to the next level without touching him. And he said, okay, and ran in and took down the running back all by his lonesome. 3rd and 5. All right, 8 minutes to go in the game. 8-point lead for Green Bay. All right, so Fields drops back, starts to deliver the pass before Rashawn Gary deflects that at the line.
I love Campbell picking up the ball and going, hee hee.
And then Campbell saying, Gary, cornerback 1.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah,
We complain all the time about corners being too far off. If our corners line up that close, it's also a concern, like Hebbles.
And they're going for it.
4th and 5, Chicago going for it. If Green Bay does get the stop here, it's not a full-on dagger, but we're getting close. So Fields in shotgun. DJ Moore getting over to the right-hand side. 19 in motion for the Bears as well. Oh. And we have a flag. Rashawn Gary jumps. I think that's just straight up going to be offsides.
Yeah. Dang it. Oh, that sucks.
Oh. Yeah, so they call offsides on the Packers, but the telecast showed, the center raising his head, showed the left tackle kind of being a little bit more upright than generally. Like, okay. So nonetheless, offsides on Gary gives the Bears a new set of down for 1st and 10.
Brings us to
see, and I'm assuming based upon the circle that the telecast is going, hey, it wasn't just Rashawn Gary and company. Yeah. Okay.
What's happening?
Well, okay. So the conversation based upon the little thing that I can see here is, and based upon the circle of the left tackle, I'm assuming the telecast is saying, hey, if the left tackle moves, that's on the offense. The defenders they follow what the offensive line does. And if the offensive line causes them to move, that's on the offense. I'm assuming that's what they're talking about, right? Oh, and now Fields is leaving.
For concussion protocol, called it.
Okay, well, this is fascinating.
Concussion protocol is totally different when you are a quarterback, as seen by Fields, and last year, Tua.
Well, I think like basically what's being saying here is like, because there is a neurologist at the game who spots things, right? And I'm very surprised it took this long, but that was probably a call down from the office going, hey, why is he still playing after that hit? Get him out. Let's run the tests. All right.
We learned last year that you can't mess with that.
No, not at all.
Come on, meet that run.
All right, so a carry for Rashawn Johnson, and Justin Fields being out changes this for sure if he's out for any type of duration. Nathan Peterman is not exactly the same quarterback as Justin. Hey, look at that, Justin Fields. Okay. What's happening? All right, 7:35 to go in the game. 2nd and 6. He passed those tests very, very quickly.
Okay. Good job, Peterman. Did fantastic.
2nd and 6 for the Bears. Fields back in. Fields adjusting things at the line. He's in pistol formation.
All the commentators, from what I can see from the captions, are saying, well, that was quick.
Yeah, I mean, did
one even saying that was a joke?
Did Fields run off the field and go, I'm good? And then they went, we believe you. And then, there wasn't time for
That's
much
more. That's a really independent neurologist.
Yeah.
Holding on the bear. On
back it up 10 yards. And oh yeah, you can't do that. Can't do that. 7:11 to go in the game now. Bears backed up. 2nd and 16 officially. Just over 7 to go. Bears sitting on about the 44-yard line of Green Bay. Fields in shotgun, empty set. And whoa! Carl Brooks from
nowhere. Oh my.
Carl Brooks.
Wow.
With the sack. Another Green Bay sack on just
the field. Yeah.
And that was immediate.
Brushes him off.
Yeah, that was immediate.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, let's be honest, that's a flaw in Fields' game. He takes so many sacks. 5 sacks now for Green Bay, according to the telecast. 3rd and 22 for Chicago now, and they do a quick pass, which goes to no one. That's over the head of everybody. That's incomplete. 4th and 22. now for Chicago, and Green Bay's 8-point lead is looking better and better.
Looking mighty fine.
6:15 to go as Gill comes into punt. Yeah. And Jaden Reed back there for another return.
Come on. Come on, special teams.
Gill with the punt, going back to Reed. And that's a fair catch for Reed at about the 5, maybe 6-yard line. And as I see Lake Evans is pointing out, Ja is in on special teams. I feel like he hasn't done that in quite a long time. So maybe
I feel like that might be part of his punishment along with the suspension.
Well, and maybe it's part of the whole, like, you're going to get back with the team and on their level kind of thing. So we'll take it. All right, let's catch up on a couple of comments now. Solar Miner saying no punts today. Yes, indeed. We've yet to see the Irishman. Dan Whelan will take it.
As much as I like him.
Gutmana 9. Hey, thanks for the super chat. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Imagine if you lost another 4th and 20. I am appalled. So first of all, thank you for the super chat. I just don't like the comment. No, don't like that at all. It didn't happen this time. But seriously, thank you. Chris Ed saying, when Fields came back from seeing stars, their coach was like, what's wrong? Fields said, one looked like a Dallas star. I don't want to go there. Yeah. Peter saying, draft 23 class is Goody's master class so far.
Sure,
I mean,
it's turned out quite well.
It looks incredible. Yeah. Prime Suspect saying, I hope they don't ride the brakes here. Yeah, I agree. All gas, no brake.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be the adage, right? Lekebel saying MLF puts in starters on critical special teams, placing Gary in there before once too, as insane as it sounds. I mean, I know he used to do that, a couple of years ago when they were really like rectifying special teams. I just didn't realize it was still a current practice. So thanks for that, Lekebels. And then Gutmana 9 saying that's how you lost in the 2003 playoffs.
I want to talk about it.
I'm aware. I was watching that game. 4th and 26 will live in infamy. So we don't need to talk about that at all. All right. So Packers up 8, still hanging on as the game begins to move to its final minutes. And still, folks, we're not even at 6 o'clock. This game's flying by, although it has slowed a little. Starting to see a couple penalties now as the game's progressed.
Yeah, we're up to 3.
Lekebel saying, that was over 10 years ago. We all know. It don't count. I agree. All right, so 6:08 to go. Green Bay only with the ball at about the 6, maybe the 5, depending on where they officially put it.
Not fantastic positioning.
About the 6. So Love under center takes the snap, hands it off to Aaron Jones, who's got.
Oh no!
Oh wow! Oh. Aaron Jones had absolutely nowhere to go, and we're going to see where they mark that because that's going to be very, very important for what the Packers decide to do offensively next. I mean, I think they're going to say forward progress stopped at like the 2, rather than backing it all the way up like closer to the goal line where he hit the ground. But the Bears just penetrated and brought him down.
Loss of 3.
2nd and 13 now for Green Bay. Ball officially on. Oh, they gave him to him at the 3. Well, frankly, that's a little generous. Empty set for Love. Yep. No! There we go. That's complete to Luke Musgrave across the middle. That's a gain of about 10. Should set up 3rd and remarkably shorter. Just over 5 minutes to go in the game as the clock continues to tick. Luke Musgrave finding his way into the box score. All he needs now is one more catch and 13, 14 more yards to break the rookie's receiving tight end records. So Love now in shotgun again. Aaron Jones back there with him, 3rd and 3.
We're just chatting.
Love making some adjustments. Bears defenders going row. And Love takes the snap.
I like adjustments.
Love saw something he liked. He likes Jaden Reed. That's who he likes. That gets the ball up to the 28-yard line. Jaden Reed making the catch, hanging on through contact, giving the Packers a 1st down. All right, let's keep it moving. I mean, this is one point where there's no need to really rush. Yeah. You like the clock ticking down here.
Be smart.
But as Arizona is beating Seattle, not that it matters anymore for Green Bay, but Arizona beating Seattle. Oof. All right. 4:15 to go as Love walks up to the line. He's going to take this snap under center. He's got 3 eligibles off to the left, 1 to the right, Aaron Jones in the backfield. Love takes the snap, hands off to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones has a lane up the middle and then breaks a tackle. That creates a 9-yard gain for Aaron Jones. He is having a game. And it's not the explosive type of game either where he's ripping off 40-yard runs. It's just consistently picking up chunks of 8, of 9. Love it. All right.
NFC South is still just...
Yeah.
Good job. You beat the Panthers.
Yeah. 2nd and 2 now. 3:25 to go in the game. Love under center. I think that's Ben Sims in motion there. Hand off to Aaron Jones, who just pushes right on through. Gain of 4 for the first down.
Just squeaks on in there.
He's just so good at that. He got all the right wiggle.
I know, I love him.
All right, 1st and 10. Now for the Green Bay Packers as they're trying to just tick this game away.
That's right.
Tick. All right, so 19 carries, 102 yards for Aaron Jones. Prime suspect saying insane talent on this young team. Yeah, and it's looking better and better and better, Prime, no doubt about it. Steve saying Aaron Jones should go to Claudia's restaurant only for a 3,300 out of 10. We're in favor of that. Please, we're in favor.
I will eagerly accept.
All right, now 1st and 10 for Green Bay. Jordan Love walking up under center now. Another tight end in motion, I should say, for Green Bay. But that is a kind of drop-off completion to Aaron Jones, gaining 4, maybe 5, as everyone helps pick up Aaron Jones.
Right, I love how when Aaron Jones takes more than like a second to get up, everybody's like, come on, get up.
Hey.
Let me help you.
Per the rest of this offense, do it as an old man.
I know.
You can't get worried about him. By the way, speaking of old man, if you didn't see David Bakhtiari's Instagram post today, I would encourage you to go check that out. He's at the game today. He just had his surgery that is supposed to be the final fix. So not looking to divert attention away, just calling it to your consciousness. If you haven't seen that post yet, go check it out because it certainly didn't look like that man is done. So 2nd and 6 now. J Love under center. Wicks in a very slow motion. Love handing it off to Jones. Oh, no. Jones can't wiggle out of this one. He is met in the backfield by Brisker. That's going to be about a 3-yard loss for Aaron Jones, setting up 3rd and significantly longer with under 3 minutes to go.
Hanging around each other. 3rd and 8.
That they are.
Chris saying, who is our second running back? Jones going to be on a Tylenol commercial after this game. Oh, and Steve has a question for you before we do this. John, do you have a favorite college football team?
I mean, I naturally root for the Badgers, just given my location, but I'm not going to lie, Steve, I do not watch college football at all. Like, it's just not my deal. Never has been. I'm all NFL.
All right, 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8, Love in shotgun, but the play clock was winding down. And I think that means, timeout for Green Bay. That does leave them with only 1 timeout to go in an 8-point game, in an 8-point must-win game. So just something to consider there as they burn a timeout to get the perfect play call in. In case you're wondering, the score of Frisco Rams is still 20-13 with 6 minutes to go in their game. Frisco in the lead. So things are lining up for Green Bay to potentially head to Detroit if status quo is maintained.
$2:25 left in the game. Jeez, New Orleans 48. 48-17. What?
And look at that. Third down passing for Jordan Love. 6 of 7, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sweet. Sassy Lassie.
Come on. Come on, J-Love. Let's do this. Taking it back.
Oh,
we're
Love
running.
got to avoid. And he
Tucker
hits.
Craft.
That's Tucker Craft. And they're Bear territory now.
All right.
Okay, McConaughey. All right, 2:15 to go. I mean, Kraft
This
just...
is great.
Yeah, the Bears just kind of left Kraft alone. A little angle route there, really. Just kind of a delayed one. And I this is the kind of situation to just be cautious with the ball. I don't mind Kraft just kind of going down there. The number one thing you can't have here is any type of handing the ball to Chicago. I'm not saying the word right now.
Nope.
All right, Jeff Benjamin. Hey, Jeff, thank you for the super chat. Means a lot. Here's to a wild and amazing season that it has been.
Those are very good words to describe.
Yeah, and I will say this is our first year doing watch parties. I feel like we've made a ton of friends. Been great having all of you here. So no matter how these final 2 minutes goes, thanks everybody. All right, here we go. Love under center.
2:17 left in the game.
And that's a handoff to Aaron Jones, who tries to find something. He's trying to find anything, and there's no going. He gains maybe a yard on the carry to the right-hand side.
But not a loss of yards.
No, not a loss of yards.
He gained 1.
Yes.
And we
Second
will
and
take
9.
that
And
one.
that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Okay, what do we got here? Steve saying he's a Notre Dame fan.
Oh, okay.
Chris Hand saying I'm so sick of Notre Dame because he is a Duke fan.
Okay, you two can duke it out later.
Duke because he's a Duke fan.
Uh-huh.
Commando G-Man saying, how is this real? I don't know, but I love it. The couple saying the record is in sight for both. Almost there. Stay on target.
There you go. Yep.
Peter saying the way Jordan Love moves and throws another dart.
It's not textbook a lot of the time, but it does work.
Right?
Yeah.
Commando saying, are we really 2 minutes away from the playoffs? Close. Don't want to say anything yet.
I mean, we are at 2 minutes in game time.
Yes. Okay. Steve saying, didn't Love pass up Rodgers in passing yards for rookie year?
It would be really close. I can look it up quick. Yeah, I'll look it up quick, Steve. I got you.
Janelle saying that she's a Badger alum.
Nice. Okay. That's good to know.
And David saying, we appreciate both of you. Cough or no cough.
Thanks, David.
We really did go from me being sick to like a couple weeks to you being sick.
It's been a rough month in our household, all right?
No kidding. No kidding.
Just trying to kick this, trying to get rid of this. So, all right. In case you're wondering, because Steve asked, in 2008, Aaron Rodgers, per Google, had 4,038 passing yards to go along with 28 touchdowns. Jordan Love, as of right now, I know for sure he crossed over the 4,000 line. I gotta believe he's past 4,038. So let me just take a look here. I mean, he's over 300 yards on the day now. Come on, just give me a total for the year with an updated. So, but I pretty confident he's going to be really, really close if he hasn't done it yet.
See if the telecast gives us a stat quick.
Yeah, because most of the places I pull my stats from don't have live updating during a game. So maybe someone else has got it, Steve, or the telecast will tell us real quick here. All right, 2 minutes to go. Love under center now for this 2nd and 9. They've got the ball on the 41. Love takes the snap, hands it off to Aaron Jones.
Who finds a hole.
He's got and he breaks one tackle. That's a 10-yard run and a first down. Now, I don't believe Chicago has any timeouts left.
No, I don't.
I don't see any right there.
I love Aaron Jones' little from the ground.
Oh wow! And the Rams are trying to
make it a game.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz for a touchdown.
22 carries, 111 yards for Aaron Jones today.
Cow.
Gets a big hug from the head coach, and the Packers are celebrating on the sidelines. Woo! All right, so
5.
Chris Hand, yep, it's knee time. Victory formation, love with the knee down. The Green Bay Packers are heading to the playoffs. What a year for the Green Bay Packers. The ups, the downs, the youth, not too much old. But the Green Bay Packers are going to make it to the playoffs. We do still have, the Rams are beating the Niners 21-20. There's about 5 minutes to go in that game. And that will determine what seed the Packers are. It also will determine who they go take on for the first round of the playoffs. But now that we're in victory formation, this thing is done, y'all. The Green Bay Packers are going to the playoffs in Jordan Love's first year as a starter.
Oh my goodness.
So let's just catch up on a couple of these here. Steve saying, and what we do. Been a heck of a season up and down. This team's starting to come around through playoff bound rock and roll. Absolutely, Steve. You are dead on. Like Hebel's saying, it was and is a pleasure to watch football with you all. Much love, Packer fam. Now let's go cause some chaos this postseason. Someday love will find you, break those chains and find you. Go Pack, go. By the way, perfect time. Like Hebel's giving me a reminder of no matter when they play next weekend, we will be here. We'll be doing a watch party for every Packer game here on out, no matter how long this run lasts. But please continue tuning in with us because we'll be here for you. And then Mick Knight saying, I miss Jonathan Ford stopping runs in this game. Mick, you're president of the Jonathan Ford fan club. Go Pack, go from everybody. Hey, Janelle saying, great game. See you next week. Yes, see you next week indeed. Dan saying, thank you guys for a great year. Really enjoyed watching the games. Guys, thanks, Dan. Really appreciate that. Steven saying, good, now take serious control of that cold. I'm going to try.
You're weak.
I'm going to try. Commando G-Man saying, new owner of Chicago. Her name is Love.
Mm-hmm.
Peter saying, can you imagine our Packers win in Dallas as a consequence of Jerry Jones fire McCarthy? Oh,
McCarthy.
Peter, I like McCarthy.
Right?
But like,
he can keep his job in Dallas.
But the Packers got to win. Packers got to win.
Yes.
Doler Hines saying the youngest team to ever make the playoffs. Oh, I haven't seen that anyway, Doler Hines.
That's awesome.
That is fantastic. Yeah, I haven't seen that anywhere. That's great. Scott saying thank you both so much for a fun season. Well, thank you, Scott. Thanks for being here. Rocket Knees saying, ladies and gentlemen, what a crazy up and down regular season. We reached the playoffs. Go, Pack, go!
Who would have thought?
Absolutely. And then Chris Hand saying, what's better about this too? Dylan can come back and Watson. That's right. They're not back at full health yet, even. There's still more to come. But hey, this was not the perfect victory by Green Bay today. This wasn't some decisive 50-point win. But dare I say that this team has learned how to win? Because they're beginning to gut out more and more of these close call games. So it's going to be fun, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. And Wednesday, of course, we'll do a live Q&A. Friday, we'll go into the playoffs. But thanks so much for joining here on the watch party. Solar Miner saying highest completion percentage in 40 years. That's fantastic. Commando G-Man, thanks for awesome streams this year. On to the playoffs. On to the playoffs. We will be here for you. So thanks so much, everybody, for checking out Lombardi Time Brews on our watch parties. It's our pleasure to be here with you. And remember, no Packer fan should ever have to watch a game alone if they don't want to. So we're here. So thanks so much for joining us. The Packers are playoff bound. Check out my reaction tomorrow and stop by Wednesday for the live Q&A as we get ready for postseason football.
And you can also go to the Bleacher Report app and see his face again for longer. It's
true.
Like in a couple minutes. So if you're interested, Bleacher Report exclusively.
Have a great night, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. And as always,
go Pack, go.